Hello, hello. Oh, it's been too long. I know I said I'd start at 5:15, but you know, you guys, you early birds here will get like the early bird special. So let me see. I got like 5 minutes. What's going on, people? Who's in the chat right now? Early birds, make yourself known. Gotcha Bear Twins, what's going on? I got a lot to talk about today. I'm just trying to figure out why my lighting looks so terrible today. I got a bunch of new stuff going on right now. Like, the light from outside is getting a little annoying on my end. You might not be able to see it, but I have like curtains over there now that's just meant to drown out the drown out any sunlight that came in, because when I had it there before, I don't know, the room just looked kind of a mess and washed out. But now I'm dealing with this new lighting, and I might need 2 lights on both sides just to like illuminate myself a little bit. All right, Among Us, what's good? That one, Gus 68. Joya said, I'm mad at YouTube, you deserve so many more views. We're working on it. We're working on it. Just waiting for everybody to funnel in here. Let's see. I'll give it 1 more minute. I just made one of my characters eat paper for breakfast, and drawing everything made me take Tylenol for my hands, but I'm fine. That's an interesting story. Lou, welcome to Team Men Talk. Which character? What character are you talking about? Are you writing something? All right, I think we're just about ready. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Men Talk stream. It is your boy, the Men Talk, the Prophet, YouTube Savior. I haven't said that in a while, but here we are with another live stream today. I don't really have much direction. Honestly, there's a lot of things I want to talk about. There's a lot of things I wanted to talk about that are going on in the world. Not like really depressing stuff, but mostly in like in the gaming world. One of the big things that I saw yesterday was something to do with video AI, dropped by OpenAI. So if you guys know ChatGPT, those are the guys that make ChatGPT is OpenAI. But they announced like a video AI, and everybody's kind of freaking out about it right now. And I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit unnerving to see that you can just put text in and then a whole video is like rendered. So I want to look more into that. I saved looking into that for the stream because I want to actually read up on it and see what's going on in the AI world. Everybody's been kind of freaked out about it, and of course I'm gonna get to Super Mario RPG. Sonic has tons of news actually. So we had Sonic Generations remastered coming out with Shadow as like an extra piece. So I gotta watch that trailer more in depth. There's a Knuckles series coming out in April, and of course Sonic movie at the end of the year. There's some casting information and like a couple of renders that we saw for that, and the title announcement. So a lot of hype going on with the Sonic stuff. So maybe like now that Mario's taking a little break, I gotta like filter right back into the Sonic stuff that made this channel in the first place. And then there's a couple like side things I wanted to talk about too, like RZ, which if you haven't heard about RZ, it's like basically the Zelda CDI, the sequel to the Zelda CDI games. So since I feel like it was topical since I started playing it, and I talked a little bit about Zelda last year. So yeah, that is probably what we're going to talk about today on this stream while I play Super Mario RPG. But let me just look up some of this stuff first so you guys are aware. Martin Stollard, what is good? Phoenix Gundam. Let's see. Do you think that Rouge the Bat will be in Sonic 3 or the proposed Shadow spinoff? Definitely in the Shadow spinoff. If they manage to avoid like including Rouge the Bat, it's actually kind of fascinating to me because everybody wanted Amy to show up in Sonic 3. Now everybody's talking more about Rouge, which makes a lot more sense because her role was more relevant in Sonic Adventure 2. The thing is like, okay, so there's a very tricky thing that has like, let's start with that. Let me go ahead and go into this is Sonic and Shadow Generation. So this year is like the year of Shadow right now, but I'm gonna go to Sonic 3 movie trailer announcement or whatever. This really is not gonna tell us much, but I'm just here for the aesthetic real quick. So this might copyright my stream immediately, but here goes. So We turn this up a little bit. So there's gonna be a lot of influence from Sonic Adventure 2 in this movie. That's no doubt. But to what ends, right? Is the space colony arc gonna be a thing? Apparently Maria was casted already, so I'm sure she's gonna be there involved somehow. You have the space colony arc that's probably gonna be in it. Now, do you include Rouge or do you include Amy or do you include both? And the thing is, by doing so, we also heard Live and Learn in the background, which I thought was pretty cool. But yeah, by doing so, like if you're including too many Sonic characters, people might drop off after a while. They might be too overwhelmed by like new characters coming in, especially if they're not like true fans of the series. I don't know. I think it's like a slippery slope. Do you direct your content to please the masses, or how do you please the hardcore and the masses at the same time? Which I think they did a good job with in the last one, but as we get more movies, the expectations are going to be a little bit more wilder from either side, right? So if you go too crazy with like Rouge and Amy and Vector and Espio and Charming, if you start adding too many Sonic characters, I think that the casual audience will feel a little too overwhelmed, which is why everybody's like, oh, why are there humans in it? So I think with Mario, like if Sonic had a Mario like setting where everything was in CG, like the Mario movie, I think that you'd be able to get away with adding as many characters as you can. But if you're adding like a new character into the human world every time, you're gonna have to explain it every single time, which is probably gonna be like heavy lifting on the people making this movie. So no Jim Carrey Eggman though. Jim is coming back. Jim Carrey was announced to come back as Eggman, which I'm very happy about. I think that's gonna be a dope inclusion because I think he killed it. I think he's like starting to really get into the character. So I would love to see him in his full fat self in the third movie, which is I'm pretty sure what's gonna happen. True Cosmic Digilabs, welcome. Is this the? There it is. Welcome to the stream. Will we get Sonic and the gang using cool gear in any of the new games? Like what cool gear are you thinking? I honestly do think that they need like more costumes and stuff in those games. Like I know that their designs are iconic, but like give me an option to customize like their clothes and their shoes and stuff. I mean, we kind of get to do that with Sonic in like previous games. Like they had skins every so often, but let's see some cool gear, man. Mio Kone, what is good? Welcome to the stream. Clap, clap. I use sound effects for my editing software and edit the audio so I can avoid copyright or copyright check function. Yeah, well, I think like sometimes I don't care. When it comes to streams, I don't really care. If it's like an actual video that I do, then I care a little bit more about copyright. But most of the time, I don't really get in trouble with copyright stuff in my latest stuff. Just mainly the streams though. That's like, so just know every donation counts because I know that my stream's gonna get copy struck at some point. All right, so that is Sonic 3, but in addition to Shadow debuting in the movie world, we also have Sonic and Shadow Generations, which is a remaster of Sonic Generations. Now, I think this is interesting because this is one of my favorite games in the series right here. Sonic Generations, when it came out, that was like a very interesting time of my life. So I played this and Uncharted 3 at the same time because they came out the same week. So that was a great year for like PlayStation 3. So now I'm glad that they're redoing it, and I hope that, you know, they like give it some polish and add a little bit more content. I don't know if there's going to be more content on the Sonic side, but definitely we have like a whole Shadow side, which I heard is going to be a decently sized campaign. I just hope it's more than what we got for episode Shadow in Sonic Forces. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys played Sonic Forces at all, if you like it at all, but they did have an episode Shadow, and it was like, it was a cool concept, but there was not much to it. You know what I mean? So as we can see here, it's just basically remastered. Sonic Generations, I think, still holds up to this day. So especially with all them PC mods that I see you guys been using up there. That like I've seen people mod Sonic Unleashed into Sonic Generations. Like the amount of work that these people put for mods is wild. Like shout out to the modding community. Uh-oh, it's Shadow. I think this is actually the perfect the perfect enhancement, because Shadow was pretty much like non-existent within this game. Like he has like a boss battle, but that's basically your memories of Shadow, and I don't think it's like Shadow. So it's great that they did this, because I think they're trying to show like what he was doing while everybody was sucked in by the Time Eater pause. So a lot of this looks like levels from Sonic Adventure 2, Shadow the Hedgehog, possibly Sonic Heroes, depending on what direction they go with this. And I think Sonic 06 as well. We see Black Doom here, who I thought was written out of the series forever. I never liked that guy ever. I could not stand Black Doom. Oh, I thought that was a shit villain. There's some people that like him, but I don't know. Oh, so that's like, sorry, my mind's all over the place here. So the Bio Lizard is a fight that you'll have to do as well. And if you see there, like it's on the walls now, just making this boss battle even worse. I don't know if you guys have been there with my streams where I streamed Sonic Adventure 2, but this boss battle, every time, it's like the pressure of the stream. I always get clapped, like all throughout. Sonic Shadow Generations. Yes, there we go. When I saw the Bio Lizard, I broke out in a cold sweat. That motherfucker gave me hell in Sonic Adventure 2 battle. Bro, like, I remember when I first played Sonic Adventure, when I got to that boss, I got so many game overs that I had to put the game down for a bit, because it's like, it's not for the faint of heart. And I honestly think that boss battle, it messed with you from time to time. Like, I think that the way that the whole thing was set up, sometimes if you did stuff perfectly, there was this opportunity for some type of glitch, and it would kill you for that reason. There was like even like this little canal in the middle, like as you're running away from the tail from the Bio Lizard, you would fall into that canal and get sucked in, and it was an instant death. Why was that? That didn't even need to be there. I hated the devs for that, and then I played it recently, and I was falling into the same traps I did as a kid. So that game is not hopefully this version of Bio Lizard will be a little bit fairer, but still is difficult because I want it to be hard. Pause. Let's see, which is better in your opinion, Sega or Nintendo? So I think Nintendo makes more polished games, but I like Sega franchises better, if that makes sense. So the reason my videos have been, sorry to burp into the mic, the reason my videos have been kind of like delayed, I've been having writer's block, and I've been having a hard time like writing scripts these days. So one thing that I've been doing is playing Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, which was formerly known as the Yakuza series. And if you guys haven't played any of those games, just start at Yakuza 0 and, you know, pummel through it. Or you can play Like a Dragon, whatever. Either way, and that series is a gem, and the writing is just amazing. I've been a big fan for many, many years. But I got sucked into Infinite Wealth, and like the quality that they keep adding to these games each iteration, Sega knows what they're doing. And then they acquired Atlas, which has all the Persona games, so like that's amazing. And then they have Shin Megami Tensei, which is also amazing. I guess if you want to separate Atlas from that, I do like Sonic as a whole. All the old Dreamcast franchises like Crazy Taxi and Phantasy Star and all that stuff, all those things are like, they have so much charm to them. But then Nintendo comes out with the more polished games. So if I'm buying a Nintendo game, more than likely I'm going to be satisfied with it. But I think Sega is upping their game lately again, which is why like I bought both Persona 3 Reload and Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. If you haven't played those two games and you like RPGs, like hop into that. It's a great month for RPGs in general. I know there's Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. Is that the name of it? I've never touched that game yet, and I know the mobile game was very popular, but I haven't gotten into it yet. But that's something that you guys should check out, because I heard good things too. So there's just a lot of like RPGs out there, man. Definitely worth your time. All right, so let me calm down for a sec. Whenever I start a stream, I'm always like, my mind's racing with ideas because I always want to talk about like 100 things at once. So yeah, Sonic is in full swing again this year. I think it's Year of Shadow. I don't know if anybody's watched Sonic Prime. Sonic Prime kind of disappointed me. So if you guys see it on Netflix, it has 3 seasons and it's just been, I don't know, it's been a mess. I could sit here and talk about Sonic Prime like while I play Super Mario RPG. So maybe I'll hold that topic for later and why I didn't like it. I wasn't expecting much, but I just do think that game, I mean, sorry, not game, that show needs time to breathe. Like, it's just so much action. And I never thought I would ever complain about too much action, but it's like, it's so hyperactive, that show. It's like it never gives any time to just take a break and breathe. But I think all the voice actors did a great job. It was very convincing to me that they sounded like the characters from the games. So like, there was never a second where I felt that the voices were off. But I do think the personalities were a little bit strange, especially with Sonic. But I can talk about that a little bit later. But Shadow is definitely the highlight of that season. And then we have Sonic Shadow Generations that's coming out. And then we have Sonic Movie 3 where he's gonna be in that too. And then they released a Shadow costume for Sonic Superstars. So Shadow's getting a lot of love this year. It's definitely been a long time coming for Shadow to come back into the spotlight. Yeah, because like they've basically done nothing with him since 06, really. Like the new Princess Peach game that's coming out next month. So I'm actually excited to play that too. I don't know what the audience is. I don't know if it's gonna be like dumbed down like Super Princess Peach was. I hope that's not the case and they just go all in and treat it like a normal Mario game, just starring Princess Peach. It looks interesting to me and it looks like it has like the standard difficulty of any other game. But I will be investing in it. Maybe I can do that on stream too if it's a short enough game. I've been watching a friend play through Like a Dragon. The Yakuza series is so enjoyable. It's like, I don't know how they pump out stuff so consistently, man. That team is very talented. And I I love all the side quests. It's so freaking goofy, but then the actual plot is like super serious and it takes you for a ride. It's like I was having an existential crisis while I was playing Infinite Wealth, while the trailer of it is the main character walking on a beach after he got robbed with no clothes and people are like freaking out because he's naked on the beach. That was the trailer for it. But then when I actually played the game, your boy was tearing up a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, yeah, the Knuckles. Let's talk about Knuckles for a second too. I'm just catching up on all my Sonic news here. So what do you guys think about that? I personally think everybody expected some huge lore dump for Knuckles, but I think they're keeping it very contained. It's like Knuckles goes on an adventure to find himself. I literally think that's what it is. The villains were revealed in the trailer as well. So there's a couple of things here that I think could be interesting to play with. I just don't think that the movies are going to get too deep into any type of crazy lore. Unless they like finish off this trilogy and then bring the Sonic characters back to their original world, which I think would be a great like way to reboot stuff and start a new trilogy. But that's yet to be seen. That's just something I'm speculating. That has nothing to do with anything that they're planning or anything like that. But the Knuckles series, I'm actually very pleased with how this looks. Like the quality is on point, and this is probably what's gonna get my stream copy struck. Let me just make sure they don't take me off the air. But aside from that, I'm going to go ahead and play this. What happened to it? Where did it go? Knuckles trailer. Now, if you guys know me, I was born in the 90s. So the trailer music for this was literally for me. Like, this song is from like the early 2000s. And where I come from, this was a banger. So I love that they picked this song. I have no complaints, and it seems to fit, unlike Gangster's Paradise, which is funny. It's weird that nobody's made that comparison because it just fits. Anyway, here we go.
You're super powerful. Recently saved the world with your friends. What do you like to do for fun?
Nook, if you book.
Vengeance. I was thinking more like reading or yoga. yoga.
So I think Wade was a natural choice. It's like, how can we get somebody who's not paid as much as like one of the stars, like Tom's actor. Why is his name's failing me right now? James Marsden. Like, trying to get him to do this, maybe he would have done it, but you definitely pay this guy a little bit less. I know he's not like an F-list actor, but I think he's like C-list or something like that. He's been in other things. But I think like people kind of liked Wade, but I felt like his humor was a little bit cringy in the actual movies. So hopefully this series redeems him a little bit. But it just kind of feels like a rehash of the original Sonic movie. I see what they're doing here. It's supposed to parallel that. So this is like Tom and Sonic going on a little adventure again, which is safe. It's safe. I wonder if each of these are going to be half an hour or an hour. That's the next question I have. But they did get Idris back.
Hey, buddy. Isn't it great to finally relax?
I am an Echidna warrior. I only remain on Earth because I made a vow to you and the Fox. So I made myself at home.
Nope, we are not turning our living room into some kind of gladiator fighting pit. What is Ozzy doing here?
So I assume all of these scenes are probably from like the first hour. I doubt that Sonic and Tails are going to have like a lengthy appearance in this. So just to take away from like Knuckles' happenings here. So they might be at the very beginning and the very end. And hopefully we get like a little teaser for Sonic 3 at the end in the last episode.
He will be challenging his greatest enemy.
I wonder if James was busy with a certain red and black mercenary. Is he in that movie? Let me find out.
Is that our mailman?
This is not a place of battle, so I will begin my quest. Come, Wade.
Well, most people think I'm a joke.
I do not make jokes. I make warriors.
Let's go get him.
So, okay. So now they're going to introduce the main villain, who people think is based on the Sad-Am universe with Snively. I think it's Snively or Snively. I always want to say Snively. He used to work for Eggman. When was that possible? So either it was during his government days, or he's had some side chick on the side. When I say side chick, I mean not his what is that guy's name? Why am I forgetting everybody today? Not the other minion from the main movies, like 1 and 2, who makes the coffee and all that. Why, Agent Stone, there you go. So it's not Agent Stone, but it's some other guy.
Knuckles. Without his little friends, he's vulnerable. He's the key to my newest creation.
You worked for Robotnik.
The fact that Kid Cudi is in this just... My guy wanted a role from like the first movie. Apparently he's a huge fan of the Sonic movies. I mean, he must have been playing the Genesis growing up or whatever. But like seeing him in here, it seems like a dream come true because he wanted to make the song for Sonic 2 and now he's in the Knuckles film. So we'll see what they do with him. Otis, what's good, man? Welcome to the stream. Wolverine and Pyro are in it, and there's a fake leak photo, so anything's possible. Yeah, so what he's referring to, by the way, James Marsden was initially Cyclops in the original X-Men movies. So there might be rumors that he'll make a comeback, since all the universe, or the Marvel Cinematic Universe, is pretty much in just, I don't know what's going on with it right now. But Deadpool and Wolverine was announced at the Super Bowl. That's the name of it. Not Deadpool 3, but Deadpool and Wolverine. So now the old Wolverine is going to be in it, complete with his yellow and blue costume. But if they bring back Cyclops, then yeah, James Marsden might be a little busy, because I have a feeling he's not going to be in this whatsoever. It's probably just going to be Maddie, who just has the initial opening segment in the first episode or something like that.
Bring me Knuckles.
Sorry, this lane is reserved.
Kid Cudi's so cringe here, but I love that he's enjoying himself. I can't even hate him. I can't hate it. My guy wants to act and do all types of cool stuff. So hey, all right, I'm gonna go back and let this play out. But the villain that we see here, potentially might be based on Snively, who is Eggman's nephew or Robotnik's nephew in the SatM series, the old cartoon series. So I'm not saying that his name will be Snively, but it's probably based on that. But we'll see what direction they go in. All right, I'm not gonna touch anything.
Without his little friends, he's vulnerable. He's the key to my newest creation.
That's what I'm saying, the Knuckle with you Buck thing, bruv. And it's like, it's even epic. Who knew that song would go so well in the freaking trailer? It just shit slaps, bruv.
You worked for Robotnik.
Bring me Knuckles.
Sorry, this lane is reserved.
You think you can take my power? Do I look like I
This guy was, Kid Cudi's been waiting to say this.
need your power?
What are you talking about? Of course we need his power. It's the whole reason we're here.
So also, yes, so if you guys don't understand this reference, Knuckles actually wore a cowboy hat way back when in the original, like a Sonic, they call it Sonic the movie. It wasn't necessarily that. It was a Japanese animation that was an OVA, or original video animation is what they call it. Where Sonic faces off with Metal Sonic. I'm sure like if you're a fan, you understand, like you know exactly where this comes from. But yeah, here's Knuckles with his little cowboy hat, which they added there. I can't remember the facts like immediately. I think he was like meant to be, he was based on like, supposed to be Australian. He was supposed to be Jamaican, then Australian, or this is like a, I don't know, there's like echidnas in Australia. Maybe I'm like forgetting why they gave him this hat in the first place, but they brought this back, which I thought it was a great little cameo for Knuckles, and it looks exactly the same. So look how adorable this is. This is great. That was your ringtone on your flip phone. That was everybody's ringtone back on their Razors back in the day, bruv. Now I know who my audience is.
You're mine.
I made a
You think he's going to Casino Night? No, Casinopolis. That's what it needs to be. If you guys know, there's like a movie tie-in comic where he goes to Casino Night Zone. It's like another planet. He's looking for Sonic, and this is before Sonic 2. And he goes into Casino Night and meets like these guards who try to jump him or something. And those are the people that step out of the ring when he meets Eggman for the first time. It's like those weird bird people. If you didn't read the comic, then you would never know who the frick those people are. So like that like closed a lot of loops for me.
I made a promise to protect this planet. I am ready.
Oh, snap! Someone's about to get slapped.
Hey.
I think today is going to be a beautiful day.
All right, yeah, you guys get the point. If you're looking for lore dumps, don't expect too much in this. Like, that's my prediction. It may be very surface level, just like Sonic 1, for instance. I think like they're playing it safe with that. Sonic 3 might be a lot more on the nose than the others. I think Sonic 2 did a good job introducing Tails and Knuckles, and then bringing in the lore of the Chaos Emeralds and the Master Emerald and all that stuff. And it didn't like seem to overstay its welcome, and they didn't like beat you over the head with it. So I think like if they're doing Sonic 3, if you guys have ever played Sonic Adventure 2 like lately, that plot is just so, the plot's a little bit messy in my opinion. There's so many moving parts happening at once that I'm cool with it. Like, I'm not saying the writing is bad, but it gets a little messy at times, and they introduce like a lot of things all at once. And it's kind of like, I always tend to lose track of what Eggman's plans was, like halfway in the middle of it. When he blows up the moon, then he's pissed off that nobody cares. I don't know, it was just a lot of like moving parts in it. Fire Fist, is this a Blaze reference? Yeah, like, so what's going on there too? I guess they're giving him his own little power up in this. Whether the Chaos Emeralds are involved or whatever, I don't know how he's gonna get that power, but we'll find out. But I like the idea of tech. This is like, seems like a Transformers move, right? Where the humans are able to fight against the Transformers because they have the tech from the Transformers and stuff. I'm not saying that there were suits like this where the humans were fighting them, but they had the weapons and they knew Like they were relevant in the settings most of the time, even though like who cares? We wanted to see Optimus clap up Megatron for the umpteenth time. But I think they're going like a similar route here where at least the humans can stand up to these guys aside from Eggman. So introducing this tech is actually a very interesting thing. Did they make a dodgeball reference? Yeah, I heard a lot. Surprisingly, like I've never seen that movie before, but a lot of people were freaking out over the ESPN 8, the Ocho, which is the ESPN that was broadcasted in the dodgeball movie. So people are like, "Oh my God, the Ocho has returned." But yeah, those are most of my thoughts on Knuckles. I think this series will do well. I'm gonna subscribe to Paramount Plus to support it. You know, your boy is gonna do it. A lot of people will probably pirate this. I'm on board, man. I gotta support my dude Knuckles, because I never thought we would come this far. Like, if I wish my 16-year-old self saw this trailer, because it's like everything that I was thinking of at the time when I was making AMVs back in the day. I was there like putting Gangster's Paradise to Sonic clips, and now they put Nuck If You Buck to Knuckles. Come on, bro. Come on. Crazy. When watching the Sonic 2 movie, I had a hard time understanding what was going on. The fake wedding scene, like the story was just everywhere, and I lost track after the wife went insane. Yeah, I think like a lot of people give the wedding scene a little bit too much flack, in my opinion. I thought it was like a good break from the action, even though I think it was a little too long, just a little bit, but not where I felt like, oh, I don't care about any of this, because it was like somewhat relevant. Like this was the introduction of Gun, and I thought there was like really hilarious gags in that section, especially where the priest reveals that he's also an agent. Now, did they go overboard with it? Yeah, like when Rachel turned into Bridezilla and then started blowing up stuff, and then had to reconcile with her like her husband, who ends up becoming her husband anyway, who's also a Gun agent. But I do like that setup, because now we have Gun that's established in there, and it makes a lot of sense the way that they were established too, in response to Sonic. But it also looks like they existed in the past, and so that's what's going to open up the whole thing with Shadow. So just a lot of cool things that were established in Sonic 2, even though they rushed those tidbits. I think that they laid the groundwork for Sonic 3, so we're spending less time worrying about that in Sonic 3. So take my word for it. Take my advice right now. Look me in the eyes and listen. That wedding scene, you're going to thank them for that wedding scene, because in Sonic 3, now they don't got to waste time beating you over the head of what Gun is and who's part of it and who Project Shadow is. All that stuff was already established. So, you know, I think it was necessary. Very important. Johnny Chucklehead, welcome to the stream. I really like Super Eggman in that as well. I think Jim Carrey killed it. I love the robotic voice and everything he's able to create. Like, I know that was probably explored in the comics, but not so much in the games. And it's crazy that the movie did it before the games did. Like, can you imagine if Eggman got his hands on the Master Emerald and then just started being able to create things at a whim? That'd be amazing. And like, he's just so I don't know, powerful and smart at the same time. That's like an unstoppable force. So I know the comics have covered that idea, but we've seen it less in the games. Like, what will happen if Eggman collects all the Chaos Emeralds? He took over the world without collecting all the Chaos Emeralds and Sonic Forces, but like, come on, let's see him collect all of it, and then we have to fight without them. I don't know. That's just an idea. That was a pretty standard African-American gathering. The cops always show up. Are you talking about the wedding? Let's see. Unnecessary tangent. Maria's dead, so stop sulking. Oh, you left me a message earlier. Let me see. Welcome, Spidey Boy, by the way. Sup, our YouTube savior. The Knuckles series is literally what Marvel has been doing for a while now. Yeah, you know, I've been saying this for quite some time. I think video games are going to take the superhero spot from underneath the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because I don't even think DC is a factor right now. Let me tell you something. There's so many flops happening in the MCU right now. I could be, you know, if I ever wanted to be a successful YouTube channel, I would just make a separate one and then bitch about MCU all day. But I don't do that because I don't care. So that's the reason I don't do it. But like, clearly, they didn't have this section planned out. And whether you feel like it's too woke or they're bringing in people that we don't care about and they're trying to make, I think it's good on Marvel that they want to diversify their hero set. Now, it could be heroes that we don't care about. Look what they did with Guardians of the Galaxy. But they're not doing it right because they had no plans for this. Everything is just all over the place. And then the beloved characters that we have, like the Hulk, are pushed into like the corner where they have to be like this abomination green giant thing that has no relevance to the plot aside from like his brains, and that's it. So here's my thing. Here's my thing with Deadpool 3. Everybody's like, this is gonna be the thing that saves the universe. Unless Deadpool decides to rewrite everything and then they start over from scratch. They already killed off Kang because of this whole Jonathan Majors bullshit. So my guy, I'm not even gonna talk about that today. So so all of that's happening, right? So I think that they're rewriting everything. I think right now Marvel Studios is freaking out because they've had too many flops and some of their TV series have started flopping. And by flops, I mean, you were on like the peak with Endgame and Infinity War, and now you're barely breaking certain levels of records at the box office. So Guardians 3, I think, did a good job. Yes. I think that was their latest one. So I'm not saying everything sucks. And when I say it's a flop, I'm not saying that the movie sucked either. These are my opinions. I'm taking my opinions out of it. But when like you have like back-to-back failure, they're obviously going to do something different. But I also think that superhero fatigue is real. Like there has to be something big to bring people back. Me, I would catch every single Marvel movie back in the day. And after Endgame, I was done. Like maybe I caught like a couple of Spider-Man movies and you know, Into the Spider-Verse, which is a Sony property. But like for a lot of these things, I just really didn't care anymore. I found myself watching a lot of these movies on a plane whenever I was going somewhere else. So I'm personally fatigued. It's not because I watch these movies and I'm like, man, this sucks. Or if I see this trailer, I'm like, oh, I don't give a shit about this character. It's just that they're not doing things to bring me back into it, because it doesn't feel like there's a plan there. It feels like their contained movies aren't written very well and they're very generic. And if it has something to do with the overall plot, they don't seem to be putting the puzzle pieces together like they used to. So that's just kind of my opinion. I know like I'm not the only one that believes that. So now I think video game movies are going to take over that market. And as long as you're not focused on like, oh, let's make this a cinematic universe. I think Nintendo's going to try and do it, since there was the announcement of the Zelda cartoon or whatever, or it's a live action, Zelda live action. But I don't think they're going to like immediately start connecting them or anything. But I think Mario did a great job. Some people say that it sucked. I think it's very like standard. I think it's just like a Mario game. Like I'm not expecting the best thing in the world, but at the same time, it felt like Mario to me. So I think they have a good start there, like a good basis. And then Sonic is trying something a little bit more plot oriented, much like the original series. Like everybody looks at Mario, it's just like, oh yeah, this is just a plumber that's running through and is beating Bowser. That's what the movie was about. Sonic has always been a little bit more contrived. I mean, depending who you ask. Like in Japan, the plot was simple, but in America it was a little bit more complex. But with all the comics and the movies and stuff like that, like it was always more of like a lore thing, which is why I think people are obsessed with like Sonic lore and characters and, you know, what makes them tick. So like both series have been setting themselves up for that, and they're breaking records. I mean, I guess not so much Sonic anymore, but since Sonic, the first Sonic, every video game movie that comes out has been doing very, very well. I'm sure there was a couple of flops, but you get my point. I think that is the next craze, because I think it's just been, video game movies have been terrible up until like maybe 2019. I think the great equalizer was Detective Pikachu, and then Sonic was like that nail in the the nail in the coffin of the old ways of doing things. So another unnecessary tangent, Sonic characters that aren't the three hedgehogs need canon super forms. Movie Robotnik is an example. Yeah, I agree with that. I would love to see like a Super Knuckles and a Super Tails, because they seem to be cutting those out of the deal like 100%. But okay, let me get back on point. It'd be hilarious if Deadpool rewrites Kang back into being white. That'd be crazy. Or if they write in like, they just write him out the plot 100% and like Galactus comes out of nowhere and kicks people. I don't know. That's why I'm not a writer. That's why I'm not a writer. I'm just sitting here and I consume.
The prophet returns cara sonriendo con gafas de sol.
Thank you, Sophia, for this. Is that her name? I forget the name of my bot that reads my donations here, but she speaks Spanish. Robin, what is good, man? Robin's a long time subscriber of the channel and has become a friend over time. I know we haven't spoken in a little bit, Robin, but we got to catch up one of these days. Thanks for joining the stream, bruv. Thanks for the donation. I got to do this like old school, bruv. I take like a big swig of this whole thing. Normally I would take shots, but I don't have a bottle near me. I don't have to go like into my kitchen and get one, but I don't feel like doing it. Let's go. I gotta do better. Oh man. Okay, that was a lot of gulps. I don't know if you guys caught that. Yeah. All right. So, Robin, thanks for the donation, bro. I always appreciate you. Totally. I miss hanging out with you. Yeah. Let's catch up like, I don't know, next week or something. I know you were going through a lot last time I spoke to you. So let's do it. Oh my God. Look at that burp. All right. So the major thing I wanted to talk about before I get into Super Mario RPG, because I know people want me to play that. We talked about Sonic. Let's talk about Sora. And I don't mean Kingdom Hearts Sora. All right. I don't mean that. I like, okay. If you guys know, let me do full screen on this. It's not a lot. It's not often where I actually like look at things and read things on stream. I used to do all that stuff, but not so much anymore. So let's make this interesting. Have you guys incorporated AI into your lives yet? Because I feel like everywhere I go, mainly Twitter, people hate the fuck out of AI. Like they can't stand it. They don't want anything to do with it. They don't want it in their art. They don't want it in their in their movies. They don't want people using it for logos or anything like that. But I think the major thing here, it feels weird that I can't hear myself. Okay. All right. So I put on the time stone. That's important equipment today. So the major announcement that came from OpenAI yesterday was that you can create video from text. Now I recall this was something that people were talking about last year when somebody put in like Will Smith eating spaghetti. So let's go back to last year and see what it looked like. I'm gonna assume you guys. So this Will Smith eating spaghetti. So I think somebody had like some type of AI video thing that they created, and it built an AI. Like I think the prompt was Will Smith eating spaghetti, and that was literally it. And it made this disturbing video. I think the audio's added, but this is what AI created, right? So like they just took a bunch of Will Smith stuff, and it looks like they're combining like a lot of stuff from Fresh Prince and like all of his movies and interviews and YouTube videos, and they're putting it together, and they have him eating spaghetti, which I hate this so much. Oh, this still bothers me to look at. Anyway, everybody was talking about this though, because this was 2022, I think, or yeah, 2022, where they're like, oh, Will Smith is eating spaghetti. Look how terrible AI is. Like, we're not ready for AI, yada, yada, yada. It's not going to happen. But I honestly thought this was a good stab at it. There was other people that were talking about it that were saying that this was a pretty good rendition, considering it was just 3 words, right? Will Smith eating spaghetti, or 4 words if Will Smith is 2 names. So, yeah, so this was the start of it. But now with Sora, and this is like an actual... This is like the AI company that put their back into video from text. Every video that you see on this page is in fact AI. So let's go through this. I'm gonna read some of this. First, I saw like a donation come in. Let me let that come in first. Stash Hand. What is good? Good to see more men talk. Feels like a precious rarity. I know, bruv. I really need to stream more often. I'm thinking of doing it like every other Friday. and then like I would release a video, and then the following week I'd do a stream, and then release a video, and then do a stream. I don't know if you guys would like that format. Like, clearly, out of 70,000 subscribers, 15 people here is an atrocious number, and this is my fault because I don't stream consistently. If I sat here and I streamed all the time and people expected me to stream, I feel like more people would pull up.
Feels like a precious rarity. Is something I've approached for some fun, but never wanted to publicly show off, art-wise.
Well, thank you, Stash Hand. Yeah, I don't think anybody should use AI to present as like legitimate artwork. Though I do think that, I don't know, there's a lot of controversy behind it. Like the fact that the AI scrubs the internet and takes influence from artists, and then that's what you get in return. It's probably gonna come to a point where you can sell this stuff without people knowing the difference. So I think that we just need to make sure that we put in like anti-AI measures to make sure that that's not happening, if that makes sense. So like anti-AI measures for college papers is already a thing. Turn up my mic. Is this better? Okay, I think this is better. My bad. my bad. Sometimes like I feel like I'm too loud in my own ears, and yeah, I can't hear myself so well. Thanks for that, TZ Robin. Thank you. All right, so yeah, we already have like anti-AI measures for like college papers and stuff like that, but I think AI is progressing so quickly when it comes to art and video. It's gonna be hard to track this stuff very, very soon. So just so a heads up, Sora is an AI model that can create realistic and imaginative scenes from text instructions. All videos on this page were generated directly by Sora without modification. So we're teaching AI to understand and simulate the physical world in motion with the goals of training models that help people solve problems that require real work interaction. Introducing Sora, our text-to-video model. Sora can generate videos up to a minute long, which I'm sure this will extend. Like this is probably the limit that they put, just like ChatGPT can't tap into anything in the last 3 years, or is it 2 years? I forget where their cutoff point is. So they're doing, I'm sure they can do more than a minute, but they're probably trying to keep this short so they can manage like the backlash that'll come from this. If I'm going to present art, it will only ever be stuff I've made by hand, whether on paper or in a digital form. Yeah, you got to like hop into the digital media, man. That's where everything, that's where the real stuff starts to happen. Art completion that is earned. And I agree, makes good exercise. I've got pizza to prepare for dinner. Yes. Awesome. Enjoy that. Dust Chaos, what's going on? Hi Mentalk, my 4080 got stuck in the mail when it was supposed to arrive today, and I'm upset, man. A chill stream is what I needed today. Bro, I've been there, man. I remember I was ordering this PC that I'm using right now, which is not a 4080, which it should be. Like, I should upgrade my card pretty soon, if I'm doing all this streaming stuff. But yeah, like, this shit was stuck in the mail, and then I had to go on a trip. And then when it came here, I had to sign for it. So the fact that I couldn't get it before the trip, it just had me nervous and like, oh, what if it gets stuck in the mail? What if it gets lost? And then I had to like set it up, and then I had a video to edit. I'm like, so I couldn't use my PC for a while because I needed to edit the video that I posted when I got it. And then I had to stream like the following week. So I'm like, I can't put this PC into practice. I gotta take a break so that I can put it back. So I totally get it, man. Like, it's frustrating having expensive shit in the mail. Like how UPS almost lost my my PlayStation 5 when I ordered it. That was a whole nother stream where like I actually wanted to stream the day that I got the PS5, and they delivered it. They delivered it to another apartment, and I had to run to that place to make sure somebody didn't claim it. It was ridiculous. It was crazy. Yeah, packages, especially expensive ones, make me super nervous. My condolences, Dust Chaos, but maybe you'll get it tomorrow. Hopefully it's not Sunday, because then you have to wait till Monday, which is a holiday. So you're probably gonna have to wait till Tuesday. Anyway, introducing Sora, our text to video model. Sora can generate videos up to a minute long while maintaining visual quality and adherence to the user's prompt. And these are some of the videos here now. Okay, so let's start this one from the beginning. There's no audio, so I don't think it's generating audio, which is good because That'd be freaking scary. But let me so this is a woman. This looks like Tokyo, like some random street in Tokyo. I don't know if these are actual words because they look jumbled to me and I can slightly read Japanese characters, but I think they're just putting together like some gibberish. Like these are actual kanji stuff, but I don't know how to read this. I don't know how this is stylized. Like normally it should just be like one line or whatever. But yeah, she's walking on a, like, okay, so just peep the things in here. All the lights, the people in the background, even though this guy is looking a little funky back here, like you see. So this person is holding a purse by the wrist of his right hand and walking sideways on like heels or something. I don't know. This is a little weird. If you start looking at some of these things, you'll start to see some of the glitches there, which I think they're totally okay with. Stylish woman walks down a Tokyo street filled with warm glowing neon. So yeah, but I have to pay attention to like the floor itself. Like it just rained, it looks moist. She herself looks detailed, even though there's like some kind of like a halo around her. So that could be a little bit better. But aside from that, this is freaking scary. I'm not gonna lie. This shit is scary to me. Am I gonna be out of a job in a year? Like, holy shit. Could I just put in a, like, make me a video like the Men Talks, and then all of a sudden somebody is talking like me? Like, bro, I could have an AI voice of me by next year. How many videos do you guys have that you could use to train an AI? I could totally be in, like, nobody really cares about me. I know that like Mr. Beast would probably be first or some shit, but I'm on the chopping block. This is gonna, like, I don't know. There's probably a ton of AI things I could do to like improve my editing, but I'm not using it right now. So yeah, this is the first one. The second one is, they have 9 videos here. So this is a woolly mammoth. I guess like this one is a little bit more uncanny because like who the fuck knows what a woolly mammoth looks like in person. So you know, this is probably like less of a worrisome one to me, even though this is very interesting in itself. Like the landscape is crazy. I keep forgetting to comment, by the way, but all the videos have been fire lately. Thank you for that, because I've been dying at nights, man. My job, my actual, like, my full-time job has been ramping up like crazy. So I've been putting like a lot more effort into it, and when it comes time for YouTube stuff, like my brain just completely explodes. I'm trying to write scripts and it's taking me longer than it used to, and then the editing process is a little bit longer, and then I have Alex helping, but at the same time, like sometimes I can't get him stuff in time to help me out with stuff, and then I need to post like the week of. It's been an absolute mess behind the scenes. So every view, I totally appreciate you guys for that. So ditto. I'm a 41-year-old dude and I look forward to your videos, to your vids. They bring me back. So that's my goal, right? And I'm hoping to get through this Kirby segment because there are things I want to go back to. I'm trying to, like, you know, take a look at the channel as a whole and see how I brought so many people here in the first place. Like, I know the Wario video was super popular, and then I feel like people have this weird fascination with Wario. It makes me think I should do more Wario content at some point. And then, like, of course, Mario like has been giving me a lot of attention. I think the Sonic trend is, like, I'm seeing other Sonic creators kind of die down with content because there's only so much to talk about, and I feel like I've talked about everything under the sun Sonic, but I could go back to like specific characters because I haven't talked about Cream and Silver and who's left, like Blaze the Cat. Like there's only a handful of interesting characters in the Sonic franchise I haven't covered, and maybe I could talk about the comics. So I don't have a shortage of Sonic content. It's just I want to make sure that I'm not doing it just to do it. Like I want to make sure it's interesting stuff. So yeah, I'm glad you guys appreciate the stuff that I'm doing. The Kirby stuff is a brand new territory for me, and that's why I'm framing these videos this way. I'm not an expert, but I'm definitely sitting here doing the freaking research. So if anybody wants to check me on the facts in the comments, like no one's really done that lately, thank God. But I'm doing my research. I'm doing my best. And I'm trying to play through some of these games too. Like some of the other ones like Pinball and things like that, I think I can skip. But yeah, as I get into the newer mainline stuff, especially the ones for the DS, that's kind of where I fell off. I got to replay those, and especially the 3DS ones. So stick with me as I get through this challenging time. But I am challenging myself to be one of the better Kirby Kirby YouTubers out there until like I'm through this little segment, and then I'll probably go back to Zelda too. All right, so okay, so there's a guy with a motorcycle in space. 30-year-old spaceman wearing a red wool knitted motorcycle helmet, blue sky, salt desert, cinematic style. Okay, so the detail on this guy's face is actually pretty damn wild. This is where we are now, people. If this is all AI, like, I don't know, like a lot of these come across as like a snuff film though. It doesn't feel right. This is the definition of uncanny valley to me. It's like if somebody started a camera and they're like, hello everyone, I'm gonna murder so-and-so right in front of your eyes because he's committed a sin. Like, this feels like the start of those things. I don't know, like, I think our brains can still tell that something is off. And I don't know, I didn't even know how to describe it anymore. Like, look at this. This looks like a Pixar film in a sense, but at the same time, something's okay. This is actually pretty damn good. This is a bad example because it's animated. This reminds me of like the tech demos they used to show off for like Xbox and stuff. Like, hey, we got a brand new studio and it's gonna come out with this, and they show like this clip and they're like, yeah, you're excited for that, right? Rest in peace, E3. A papercraft world of a coral reef. Which reminds me of Yoshi's Crafted World. So yeah, when you use these things for like more, like less realistic things and more stylized things, I think that's when it gets a little creepy, because this is actually pretty damn good. This is a bird that looks pretty real, but you can tell when it moves its head, like certain parts have to adjust to stay on top of like the bird's head or body. This is a close-up shot of a Victoria crowned pigeon showcasing its striking blue plumage and its red chest. Its crest is made of a delicate lacy feathers, while its eyes is a striking red color. See, I don't think I'd know what this actual animal looks like. Let's see what that looks like. Victoria crowned pigeon. Oh shit, that's pretty, okay, that's pretty damn convincing. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, that's pretty, but you guys get my point. Whenever it moves its head, you can kind of tell the video is adjusting to it. And I don't know how AI works if they're like just rendering all of this at once. So let's say that this is a video that's recorded as the AI was rendering it, or does the AI develop it and then play it? I think it's the second option. Like, it will take your text, create it, render it, and then play it. I wonder how long it takes to actually develop one of these things though. Okay, that's pretty scary. And you know what, the most uncanny thing in this whole thing, the only thing that throws me off here is the background. It's the background. I think that's the only thing that's messed up here. This bird actually looks pretty damn perfect. Oh my god, I'm gonna be out of a job. This is the last stream the Men Talk ever does right now. This is actually pretty damn good. Close up of two pirate ships battling each other inside a cup of coffee. They should say like pirate ship figurines. Oh, this is actually messy. Never mind. Look at this. Look at this. If you put this in a movie, I would hate you for it. But we're gonna see some stuff in movies too. I'm sure like OpenAI has a bunch of contracts already. Right, this person is not a real person. This is what's crazy to me. This person is not a real person. He's gonna do something that throws me off though. Like, bro, what are you saying? You're not reading that book. You're not reading the book. Oh, look at the book. What are you doing, man? Bro, if you ever could read a book like this, like, y'all ever been to the beach and like you're pretending like you're all smart and shit, you bring your book, it's like, oh, I'm gonna have a peaceful day at the beach and I'm gonna read my book and impress the ladies. And you're there and you're in the sand and you have your book and you're just like, you have your little book and you're flipping through it and it's like the wind's blowing that shit everywhere and you gotta pretend like, oh no, I actually know what's going on. Like, how can anyone comprehend anything while that's happening? My guy ain't reading. This guy's trying to put on a show for the ladies, bruv. Swear to God. Like, yeah, I was in the clouds reading. I like to do that in my spare time. He probably put this video on his Tinder. And look at me talking like this is a real person. See? That's the problem. There you go, son. You see? AI has tricked me again. I'm here talking like this person's real. It's strange. This is crazy to me. I gotta exit out of this before I go wild. How do I escape this? Oh, okay, this is scrolled. This is gonna run amok on Facebook, bruv. I feel sorry for anybody that dates anybody. You think catfishing is bad now? Imagine this is not a real person, and you put this on your Tinder profile. Like, nobody's gonna ask how you're reading on the clouds. Nobody. Nobody is gonna ask you that question. That's the hilarious part. Like, you'll literally, like, you can put this on your profile, and then people will be like, oh my God. And then you show up in the cafe looking like, you show up to the coffee date looking like Thanos, you know what I mean? Skin completely purple, your head is big. I know I could have thought of an uglier person, but man, that would be hilarious to me, bro. Oh my God. Ethereal Dragon, welcome to the stream. You always got to question where it's getting the info to make it. Yeah. Like, I don't know. Do they assemble? Like, what was the prompt? Oh, okay. A young man. This is the prompt. A young man at his 20s is sitting on a piece of a cloud in the sky reading a book. Like, I see like 3 actors in one here. Like, I see a little bit of Michael B. I see a little bit of I don't know. You guys think they took from Michael B? I feel like they took Michael B. Jordan's face and like they combined it with a couple of other people. Something like that. Let me see. With it being an election year, these AI videos are about to hit harder than crack in the 80s. There's been a few, man. There's been a few of Trump saying some stuff. They like add his AI voice and they have him in the backdrop on the like with the American flag. Those have been very, very hard for me to figure out what's what, because sometimes like Trump does say some strange things out of context, or like not even out of context. He just says some wild shit sometimes. I'm not giving you like whether I support him or I don't. Like my guy, everybody admits that my guy says some strange stuff. So seeing him with the backdrop, the same backdrop that he uses for all speeches, I saw like an AI thing, and it was like it wasn't until mid-sentence where I'm like, nah, this can't be real. And it was like, it was AI, but then I saw another video and I'm like, oh, okay, so look at this AI thing. And it was real. It was him actually saying what, like, so I don't know. It's gonna get a little crazy later on. I saw one where Biden was like declaring war on Russia or something. And like somebody tweeted like, oh, I can't believe the Biden administration did this. And then in the bottom tweet, they put in the comments, but this is actually an AI that we made. I'm like, bro, why would you even do that? You know, some stupid people are going to take that and run with it and swear we're like in World War III. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. Mentalk, you're one of my most normal friends, I feel. I know a lot of crazy, weird, oddball folks. So seeing what I'd consider an average Joe somewhat fall for this AI stuff makes me go doomer mode. Are you saying that like I fell for it? Like the only thing I would fall for, I haven't fallen for a lot of this stuff. I'll be real. But it's getting there where it's gonna fool me. I think it's because I'm in the I'm getting into the boomer phase, you know? I'm your quintessential millennial. So like we're getting to that phase where the scams are fooling me. That they're gonna start hitting up my phone and I'm gonna start sending money to people at random. We'll see. It's dreamlike. It is dreamlike your mind has things doing regular things, but with no context. Reading blank books, working on a featureless computer, etc. Yeah, it's like this weird, I don't know. Like clearly I wouldn't fall for this. If somebody sent me this, I would know it's AI, but like I don't know. This is better than anything I've seen in a lot of contexts. Today, Sora is becoming available to hold on. I feel like I gotta read it like OpenAI people. This is the OpenAI employees.
Today, Sora is becoming available to red teamers. to assess critical areas for harms and risk. We are granting access.
I feel like I gotta do it in a female robotic voice, you know, to make it more pleasant.
We are also grant access to a number of visual artists, designers, and filmmakers to gain feedback on how to advance the model to be more helpful to creative professionals. We're sharing our research progress early to start working with and getting feedback from people outside of OpenAI, and to give the public a sense of what AI capabilities are on the horizon. Sora is able to generate complex scenes with multiple characters, specific types of motion, and accurate details of the subject and background. The model understands not only what the user has asked for in the prompt, but also how these things exist in the physical world.
So there you go. What is this supposed to be? A close-up view of a glass sphere that... Oh, wait, I'm reading the wrong thing. Historical footage of California during the gold rush. Bro, see, this shit would fool me, though. Okay, so Robin, yeah. Call me normal for falling for this, but if somebody slapped this on, like, colorized video of old California, like, for a second, my mind would think, huh, that's what it looked like back in the day? Before, like, readjusting and remember, there were no freaking video cameras at this time. So, but you know, like, hey, I feel like I'm a normal person where I will make the connection, right? I will watch something and then I will think and I will say, oh, yeah, there were no cameras back in the day. So how do we have footage? There was no drones. So how is there aerial footage of California during the gold rush, right? But there's some people that need a little bit more help in that department, right? And I've seen them. They congregate on Twitter and it doesn't take long. You'll find them real quick. I'm telling you, you'll find them real quick. Just browse for like 2 seconds because you'll see this and it's like, oh, wow. I'm so glad that we found this hidden footage. You know, like you can clearly package this however you want. I think that's the scary thing about the internet. It doesn't matter if it's true. People will believe that shit. Somebody will. It doesn't have to be everybody, but somebody will believe that shit. And that's very concerning to me. Very concerning. I don't know. Oh. And then as this gets worse and I get older, I'm gonna start falling for this bullshit. It's gonna take me a little longer, but you know those old people who are in denial and swear they still can keep up with technology? I'm gonna be that person. It's gonna be me. Oh man, okay. Big boss coming through. Hey, man, I feel like I need to press a button or something. I feel like I need to hype up the stream because Big Boss just came through with a $1 donation. Where's... Somebody call 911, okay? Because I'm... This shit is crazy. Okay. How do I do this? Let's hype him up. Let's... I'm gonna press the button. I don't even know what the buttons do anymore. What is this? Thank you, Big Boss. Get that off screen. I'll make it off. Why did I even add that? That's wild. What? Sometimes, like, I don't stream for such a long time. I forget what certain buttons do on my Streamlabs. It's crazy. So sometimes it's like a surprise to me when I press stuff. I can't draw. Welcome to the stream. Dog, what is that title? It's the title of the stream. I'm covering Sonic news and AI stuff while I plan to have Bowser kiss Mario. All right, I think I've gone over like everything. I think most of this is like technical fluff here, but
the model has a deep understanding of language, enabling it to accurately interpret prompts and generate compelling characters that express vibrant emotions. Sora can create multiple shots within a single generated video that accurately persists. I can't speak.
All right, so yeah, now we have like a museum tour of an art gallery with many beautiful works, and using, yeah, like the fact that each of these are detailed and are convincing art pieces. Except this, what the hell is this? Why does this man have a third leg? What's going? Explain. All right, so we're not 100% there yet, but we're getting there. And the fact that they announced this, I feel like OpenAI has no care in the world for how far they're taking AI, in my opinion. They've made so much money. I find it hard to believe. How many people are at OpenAI? How many people are at that company? I just like doxed myself because you can see I've been using ChatGPT lately. I don't use ChatGPT on my scripts, by the way. That's all me. How many people work here? They don't even have an amount. Oh, 770 employees as of 2023. So let's put this in perspective. How many people work at Apple? $161,000 employees at Apple. 161,000 employees at Apple. And now, like, I know this is not a one-to-one comparison because Apple's in a lot of things, right? But OpenAI is a team that's dictating AI technology, and they're spearheading the way with only 770 employees. And this may seem like a lot of people to you guys, but as a member of corporate America, this is not a lot of people. Like, the fact that these 770 people are going to glue together all of these AI devices and not have it go out of control, it's concerning to me. Very concerning. And I'm wondering what the regulations are like from the government perspective, because the government just realized the internet exists like last year. So, I have no faith in the government to put in the proper restrictions to how far this goes. You know what I'm saying? By the time they do that, it's going to be too late. Which is why we need a change of guard. We need Gen X and millennials and Gen Z in government like ASAP. I would even venture to say we need millennials and Gen Z in this. well, I don't know. I'm not saying Gen X isn't capable, but y'all are getting up there, and if we need someone to follow the AI trends, we need younger generations. Why does this man have a third leg? The Men Talk 2020. Shay asking, hey Shay, what's going on? Hey Men Talk, when are there more Zelda videos? So this is the problem. This is a problem I've created for myself. I think about this every single day, because I think I kind of helped myself, and I think I fucked myself over by doing this. So I'm gonna be real to the 15 of you here. Zelda, I definitely have in the works, because I wanted to move to Kirby to get like a fresh start at a new series after going hard on Zelda. I feel like the Majora's Mask thing was like my peak, and I felt like if I did the next one, it'd be a poor follow-up to Majora's Mask. So I'm like, okay, let me start with Kirby and get that process started. Now there's two ways I can do this, right? So by doing this, I'm in the Nintendo sphere, but I realize that some people who care about Mario don't necessarily care about Zelda, and people who care about Zelda don't necessarily care about Kirby. But if I continue making Kirby videos, I can bring in Kirby fans. But if I go back to Zelda, will I alienate my Kirby fans, or will people just watch stuff for me? So like, as I'm building stuff out, it's getting very hard to figure out what the fuck I want to talk about. So that's the long version to answer your question. So what I'm thinking of doing, once I get like more ingrained and I put more consistent Kirby videos out, I'm thinking maybe like 2 or 3. Then I'll start bringing back like old, not old franchises, but like videos I've covered before. So I don't want to completely phase that out. Like I want to go back into Zelda and pick that back up. So like now I see like the issue that other channels have, because you don't want to like do, I don't know, for me, like I just like a proper cadence. I don't want to do like a Kirby video here, then a Zelda video here, and then a Kirby video again, and then a Mario video. Like I want to actually like have like some flow to it. So I will go back to Zelda. And then my Sonic people have been waiting for a long time. I feel like all my Sonic people probably unsubbed by now. So maybe I'm barking up the wrong tree here. But yes, I'm not done with Zelda, because I actually enjoyed those videos. If I go back to them now, like I think fondly of them, I think every time I make like a series, I'm like, I hate this video. And then like 5 months will go by and I'm like, oh, these are amazing. How can I get back to this quality? So there's that. Yeah, you would think there's a lot of Nintendo fan overlap, but most folks just fuck with Mario and Pokemon and call it a day. Surprisingly, yeah, Pokemon just seems like its own thing. Like, I feel like that's why Pokemon channels succeed so well. Like, you just stick to Pokemon and just stick with it. The reason I moved away from Mario is because I didn't want to pigeonhole myself into just Mario content. And then that's why I moved to Zelda. And when I saw like views kind of drop down, I understood that that would be the case. So I had to build up Zelda again, but I think that's my one regret. I probably moved away from Zelda a little too quickly. So I'll probably go back to it in the short term. I just want to do a couple more Kirby videos first. And I wanted to, like, you know what I'm very curious about? Star Fox. I'm super curious about Star Fox. Nobody has ever asked me to do a Star Fox video ever, which is probably why Nintendo doesn't make any new Star Fox games. So it makes sense. Oh, like somebody said Star Fox. Bro, I know there's so many like comics about Star Fox and things like that. Like, there's so much old school lore with Star Fox that I'm like super curious about Star Fox. Kirby was another one, but as I'm going through this, I'm like, man, this lore is not as crazy as people said it was. I guess I have to get later into it to fully understand. But it is fascinating either way. Like, it's good to see how Masahiro Sakurai got its start, and seeing like all of these Kirby elements just become Smash Brothers. It makes a lot of sense. Star Fox surprisingly is discussed quite a bit on YouTube, but mostly retrospectives. I don't think there's any other spectives to have about it. It's like Nintendo doesn't give a fuck about Star Fox. I mean, Star Fox Zero, I've never played it, so I'm not gonna say it was a bad game. But I think the fact that it was a Wii U title didn't do it any favors. And I'm surprised that they didn't port it. There are 2 games on the Wii U. I'm still shocked. Have not been, I almost said deported. Holy shit. Haven't been ported for 2 reasons. From 2 series. The first one is Xenoblade Chronicles. So Xenoblade Chronicles X, I'm fascinated that that game was not ported to the Switch, because that is like one of my favorites in the series. I know it's totally separate from all the other games and people are like obsessed with those mechanics, but like, oh man, Xenoblade Chronicles X killed it. I don't know. I think that was an amazing little game. Like the world building in itself, and like landing on a brand new planet, and you have to figure out like what's going on there while like starting a new settlement for humans, and then there's all these plot twists. Hey, they need to port that game or make a sequel to it, like, honestly. I came for Sonic, stayed because I enjoy lore content regardless of series. I gotta go back to Sonic though, because all these other whippersnappers like Chow Mix and these people are like surpassing my legacy, and I need to come back and like, I'm not gonna take like Cybershell's channel or his title, but sometimes I see him post some stuff and I'm like, bruv, why did Sega choose you? I mean, it makes sense because he has an audience, but why did Sega choose you over me? That's like, sometimes I want to dive back into Sonic and just like really get in some nitty gritty, but there's so much Nintendo stuff to talk about, so I'm always torn. All right, let me stop. Let's take a pause. I think I've pretty much covered the whole Sora thing. I think this is pretty fascinating and it's scary. I think people who are in the stock footage industry are probably gonna get dicked by this. I think Adobe, wherever you are, cover your butts. Unsplash and Getty and all those places. I think there's nothing. Here's the thing though. I don't know if anybody's gonna flock to AI to meet those needs. Because I know if I wanted a stock photo of something, I'd want a real actor. I would want something real, right? So what I'm thinking is gonna happen, I'm not saying that these industries are gonna be dead, because this is gonna be more accessible, right? You can do this at your fingertips, and it's probably gonna cost you less. But if you want higher quality, you're probably gonna want the real thing. And as this thing learns, the quality is only gonna get better. But let's say that I needed a stock video. Let's say I was doing true crime, and I needed like a beef footage of some detective walking over to a crime scene. Do I go to AI for that and like see it's rough around the edges for like a 5-second clip? Or do I go pay, you know, $1 to $5 for a stock photo. I think it just depends who you're talking to. If you're a professional channel and you have millions of views, you're probably gonna do option B. If you're just coming up, you're probably gonna do option A and wouldn't have paid for that stock photo anyway, or that stock video. That's kind of like how I feel it's gonna like shift. And as this becomes more popular, I think real stuff is probably gonna get more expensive. So if you're doing like stock footage, you're gonna charge more because it's authentic and it's real and it's done by something. I honestly feel like that's how capitalism is gonna balance these things out. And then you're gonna have like a little clause in the things that you create and say, this is real footage from so-and-so. And you have to put like an authentic like sticker on all of this shit. I don't know. This is like super interesting to me because it's like one of those times. I think this is like the first real tech that I've just don't really know what's gonna happen, because everything, all the other big advancements we had, like the internet, I was a kid at that time and I'm just like, oh my God, this is so cool. So now that I'm an adult, I'm like trying to like wrap my head around what this means, versus when I was a kid, I just sat back and enjoyed it, you know? So maybe that's I don't know. Maybe that's a naive way of looking at it, but this is not something that we can stop. I'm just hoping that people get on top of this and regulate it properly. That's all I'm saying. Bro, that's so wild that Sega actually endorsed Cybershell. I remember telling my friends that they were promoting his lore videos in their email. Yeah, and it's crazy. They got him to do a Fang video, and if you look up Fang, well, let me see. It's probably surpassed mine like by miles. Let me see. Fang. History of Fang. Let's see how far my video got pushed down after. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Your boy's still on top. I don't know if this is, I have no cookies on. This is incognito. Am I really being recommended second? Johnny Vector is another guy. Like, we're kind of like doing the same thing for a while. It was actually pretty fascinating because I'd put out a video, then he'd put out a similar video, and then he would put out a video, and then I'd put out a similar video. And it's not like I was copying him or anything. Like, it just like it was coincidence on a lot of realms. But I wonder what he's up to these days. He hasn't posted in 10 months. That's wild. Support his content though. If you guys are interested in like the stuff that I do, like he did very similar stuff for Sonic, but he did like, he covered other topics like the comics more often, Fleetway stuff, like all that stuff. But yeah, like, yeah, I did Fang. You think Sony, not Sony, you think Sega would have looked this up and said, oh my God, well, no, I don't know. Cybershell is well known. So like, I keep forgetting that part. I keep forgetting that Cybershell is more popular than me. So there's that, yeah. But yeah, if you look this up, I'm there. History of Fang, or Fang Origins, or whatever you want to call it. Fang is probably like everywhere now. Fang Origins, Sonic, like there I am. Oh yeah, it's top. Okay, but I'm number 2nd. Johnny Vector is 3rd. I don't know how they rank this stuff. I don't know, but we'll see. It kind of knows it's me based on IP or whatever. After Superstars, you got a new character to work with too in Trip. I could talk about Trip as well. Let's see who did that. We got one guy. The story of Trip the Sun Gazer. This is why I don't look up certain things, because sometimes it discourages me to actually make a video, but at the same time, like, I think that I have enough of an audience to talk about whatever I want, and I don't have to worry about like stepping on anybody's toes. And like, you know, sometimes like it's cool to talk about the same stuff. You never know what perspective other people will bring. Those poor stock footage actors not getting those pennies in royalties, bruv. I can only imagine. All right, enough talking. Let me check that poll real quick. What have you guys said? How do I find my own stream? Your channel. Sometimes like I cannot navigate YouTube for the life of me. Okay, so I put in a poll to ask if you guys wanted to play Mario vs. Donkey Kong in this stream. 77% of you said yes. So what I'll do is I'll play a little bit of RPG. Maybe I'll do like the next chapter, and then after I can play Mario and Donkey Kong. I can do it that way. Mox TY, welcome to the stream. Because if I don't play Super Mario RPG, people are gonna say that I lied about this stream. So we're in chapter 3 of that game too, so I need to like Like I've literally played nothing since I last spoke to you guys, or I was last on stream. So let me go ahead and pull that up. Excuse me, I have to use the bathroom too. I'm losing track of my tabs and all that. Hold on. All right, there's the music. Okay, cool. So now, let me make sure I have audio for this. All right, can we hear that properly? Super Mario RPG. I'm in Moleville right now. I totally forgot what is happening in this game right now. I got 2 stars so far. Can definitely do a recap on this, but first, let me go use the restroom. Don't anyone go anywhere. I'll put this guy sleeping as I go ahead. You guys can listen to this wonderful music as I go do this. I'll be right back. I didn't even intend for it to look that way. My guy is like staring at this dude's booty hole. That's crazy. All right, let's get him out of there. All right, welcome back to Mario RPG. Yay. Holy shit. I feel Mario vs. DK remake is unnecessary from Nintendo. They should remake better GBA games like Metroid Fusion or Wario Land 4, which I agree. I feel like they put out that remake to see how it would sell and see what would happen from there. Which that's the only reason I bought it. I missed that game. I really missed Mario versus Donkey Kong in like the right light. But I see people like Donkey Kong fans are getting real restless out there. People are starting to complain. They're like, nobody's touched Donkey Kong in 10 years. And I'm not imitating that way because I disagree with that. That's just how I imitate people who are like complaining. But yeah, it's kind of strange that they haven't done anything with Donkey Kong in a little bit, especially with Tropical Freeze. How did Tropical Freeze sell? I'm curious to see, because that's like one of the best games in the Donkey Kong Country series. So it first came out on the Wii U. That was like in 2014, which is wild. I remember when I first picked that game up. Holy shit, 10 years have gone by. But I'm curious to see like what the sales were like for the Switch version, because that's probably okay. In Japan, the Wii U version sold over 70,000 copies during its first month, which I think is kind of ass, right? During its first 8 days of release in the United States, it sold 130,000 units. This is for the Wii U. This game, along with its predecessor, which is the regular Donkey Kong Country Returns, were added to Nintendo Selects. And then in 2021, it went on to sell 2 million copies on the Wii U as of December 2020. When did they drop the Wii U? The Switch is, so this is a long time, because I think the Switch came out, what, 2017, 2018, something like that. In addition to reviewing better, the Nintendo Switch version had stronger sales. In Japan alone, it sold 88,421 units in the first 5 days of release, more than doubling its debut on the Wii U. Okay, I was just doing the math. By December 2018, the game had sold 2.8 million copies. Sorry, 2.08 million copies worldwide on the Switch, bringing total sales to over 4 million across both platforms, which I guess is decent. I'm hoping that they're not using the Wii U like vibe. I would love to see what a new Donkey Kong on the Switch would do, and I'm hoping they're not using Mario versus DK to kind of determine that. Let's see. Revealed that Nintendo Switch version had sold 4.62 million units as of December 2022. I guess it's a decent number, but let's compare it to like Mario Wonder. 4.3 units in its first 2 weeks of release, the fastest selling Super Mario game. Now, I'm not saying that Mario needs to be compared to Donkey Kong, but I'm just kind of showing you like what the potential is of like what Nintendo will look at as a sale. Like if you released a Mario game and made 4.3 million units, so it took them 10 years to get to this number for Tropical Freeze, and it took them 2 weeks to get this number to 4.3 million. So I don't know if DK just has the power for them. I think it's a similar issue to Star Fox right now and F-Zero. I don't know. I prefer like Nintendo go for another IP like they did with Splatoon. They tried ARMS, which I think ARMS needs another shot in my opinion. But yeah, like I'm waiting for their next big IP because they made something out of Splatoon. So what's next, you know? I had zero clue about Mario vs. Donkey Kong until yesterday, and the only reason I found out is because a GameStop email I had accidentally opened. Well, I have that on deck. We will play this soon. All right, let's talk to these moles and see what's going on here. What problems do I need to solve in Moleville? Oh yeah, so I gotta like move myself a little bit. So here's the part of the stream where I'll open it up for questions for me. Or maybe I'll kick it your way, actually. No, yeah, let me interrogate chat. How was Valentine's Day? What'd you all do? You have any Valentines? Huh? You guys went on a nice little date? You guys got some sushi? You guys ate some lasagna with your special significant other? Or if you didn't have a significant other, did you find a Valentine? Or did you stay at home and watch Jujutsu Kaisen all day? By the way, I've been watching that show a little bit more now. I don't see the hype. I like it. I like the animation. The characters are pretty cool. But man, that shit goes like that. That show is all over the place, bro. It doesn't know what it wants to be. I'm only in season 1 though. So like I heard more about season 2, but that shit is like crazy to me. There's like so much happening. And they just jump from one plot point to the other very quickly. So I'm trying to like figure out what type of show it is. I enjoy it, but at the same time I don't, you know? I don't know. I'm not saying I don't enjoy it. I'm looking forward to see where it goes. ARMS mentioned, yes, you gotta give me props for mentioning ARMS. I looked at porn on Valentine's after work, brutally honest. Well, hey, I think those hubs actually got you on Valentine's. They like give you like deals on premium stuff, but who the pays for that shit anymore? You know what I mean? The pacing for Jujutsu Kaisen is crazy. A very valid critique. It's just hilarious to me because I thought I was going crazy. I'm like, maybe I'm too old. Maybe I'm not figuring things out the way that I used to, right? But then I looked online and everybody's like, bruv, half the time I don't even know what they're talking about, but this shit I just can't put down. And I'm like, so everybody feels this way? Y'all feel like the writing and the pacing's all over the place, but it's like the most watched anime on Crunchyroll of like right now. I won't say of all time, but right now, like that shit's topping charts all day. The merch sells all day. They came out with a game that kind of sucked. I don't know, like nobody's playing it now apparently, but I won't speak on it because I haven't played it, but it's not very popular. Considering it's for Jujutsu Kaisen now, I'd swear you would sell a lot more. But yeah, I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm still trying to piece it together. You know what I mean? All right, so I gotta come up with voices for these people. Let's do this properly.
Everyone's up on the mountain, but I'm stuck minding the store. So what you need? You need this mid mushroom? It's not that good. It's mid. I got this punch glove, but you already bought that because you did that the last time you were here. You know what? Get the fuck out of my store. Get out of here. You already paid for your merch. Get out.
Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm leaving, lady. Get out. All right. What am I supposed to do right now? Is there something that I can get a recap for? Here's the journal. Okay, so we did a lot of things. We collected a lot of stuff. We met Gino. We beat Boyer. I hate to leave Gaz behind, but I'll need this body so my allies. Okay, this has been written by Gino. But I'll need this body so my allies and I can find the star pieces. With 5 left, there's a long way to go. Okay, so I gotta collect all the star pieces. And I'm now at the Moleville region to get the next star piece. Is there somebody? Ah, there we go. It's Bowser!
Bowser! Most of our allies have run off. What will we do? We only have the experience fighting Mario. These new guys are too much.
Shut up, all of you. I am the biggest, baddest motherfucker around, and don't you forget it. Look me in the eye when I say this to you. Alright? You watch that one movie, I'm like Nino Brown, bruv. New Jack City in this bitch, but I call it New Koopa City, you know what I'm saying? But if Mario hears that I've been kicked out of my own castle, my reputation will be ruined. Even I have an image to keep up, you know. Let's show them who's boss around here. You. Rama. Alright, we're out.
Yo, you didn't peep Mario on your way out? Like, where the fuck did you walk? If I approached that scene like up here, would he just walked out and not see Mario? Like, that's crazy to me. Oh, let me catch up on this. Why is Mentok sounding like a Meat Canyon character? My voice goes all over the place. You guys, like, whenever I finish a stream, the next day my voice is shot. So if I'm recording a video and you hear all of a sudden my voice sound like this, all right, so Kirby does it like when it goes all the way down here. Like, I'm sure that you've heard like a couple of videos where it just randomly happens. That's probably after a stream, because like every time I do this, I shoot, my voice gets shot. Work was hell. So many people going to Red Robins. Is that where you're at now? That's so like fitting for your name. I probably would have watched JJK if it came out like 7 years ago, but I'm not about keeping up with new shonen since like 2019. Yeah, shonen is getting a little samey to me. The manga holds your hand with domain expansions, but the anime is all over the place. I think it's just like, yeah, they're trying to fit a ton of things into like a season, and then it ends up coming across very quickly. Sometimes I don't even know a certain arc's over until like they're like, all right, we're here. Sometimes I have to check if I like, sometimes I feel like I skipped an episode when I watch a certain episode. I'm like, huh? I gotta go back and check like to make sure I'm on the same page, and it's like, yeah, I saw this. Okay, let me start over. They're starting fresh. So yeah, I'm just trying to like really keep tabs on that. I 100% agree. I can't quite get into JJK hype. The pacing is wonky and the story gets skipped over for the next fight scene. Yeah. So I don't know, that's odd to me. This is just really odd to me. It's weird that it's so popular to me. I wonder if it's just like it's because of the fights, because back in the day Dragon Ball Z was popular because of the fights, let's be real. But as the fans that watched it back in the day get older, people are trying to do like literary works and like analysis on a lot of that stuff, and bro, it's not there. Like after a while it's not there anymore. I would say after Frieza, like maybe in the middle of the Cell Saga, but like once you get to Boo, like come on, the writing is just, it's dead. But it's enjoyable. I'm not saying it's a bad anime, it's just crazy, you know, like people are like trying to find, oh, Dragon Ball Z, One Piece could never hold a candle to Dragon Ball Z. It's like, bro, you gotta admit that the writing is better than One Piece. You can like Dragon Ball better than One Piece, but let's not be biased and say one is better than the other when it's clearly not. But the fights, the fights could be, you know what I'm saying? So like people are just honestly just, they're like sports teams. They're just not open to anything else. They like one thing and then that's it. That's all we gotta talk about in the anime community whatsoever. Like we can't discuss the nuances of anything and who had a poor time writing and who had a poor time writing fights, because I think One Piece fights are not the forte. You know, Dragon Ball Z washes away with the fights, and so does like Jujutsu, but I think it's well written, well planned. So yeah, I think everyone has their perks. Every literary work has its perks. I'm gonna make it rhyme. All right, let me make some headway here. The menfolk are doing their best from the inside. I'm digging in from the outside. We gotta help them folks out. What's going on here? Are people trapped? I knew it was bad news when that star fell on the mountain. Sure enough, it's causing trouble. Okay, so that's what happened. A star fell on the mountain. I guess we gotta go into these mines. A star dropped into the mountain and trapped some kids inside. What happened to like, whoa, we don't, okay, no, I don't want to sound like God.
To make things worse, one of the menfolk be stuck inside too. Please, Mario, you gotta help us. What's happening up there? Is she still working up a sweat? I think that needs to be higher pitched.
Higher pitched. There we go. Less reverb.
Yeah. Yeah, and so are the men. Everyone's digging and digging. I can't keep up with them. Alright,
we're going into the mines.
Oh dear. I'm sure hope those kids are okay. I know how you're feeling, but moping around here ain't gonna help nothing.
I don't know why I changed their accent, but okay.
I know what I said, but I don't think I'd be feeling any different if I was her. We're getting nowhere fast. We'll never reach the kids at this rate. See that up there? That's the old entrance to the mines. But we can't reach it anymore. If only that fellow, Mario were here, he could reach that in a heartbeat, you know? Well, I love Mario, not Luigi though. He would never reach that high. Well, speaking of the old devil, it's Mario. I'll be a Goomba's uncle if it ain't him. In the flesh. Mario, you're a lifesaver. Mario, have you heard the news?
News? What news?
Sometimes I'm not even ready for what comes out of my mouth.
Well, Dinah took her little brother into the mine so they could play. And then a huge star crashed into the mountain, causing this big cave-in. Now they're trapped inside. Why does my accent keep changing? And now their daddy and now their daddy, who went looking for them, is trapped too. Mario, will you help rescue him?
Of course.
Thanks, Mario. Well, there's the entrance up there, so go ahead. Here, hop on our shoulders. We'll get you up there. Cause you couldn't do it before, right?
Alright, I know whoever's watching me play this right now is like, Jesus Christ, this guy hasn't made any traction in the last like 30 minutes. So, and then now I gotta fight people. So let me get that out of the way. Brooklyn Moles, right? Coin Silver, what's going on? Did I say hi to you earlier? What's up? All right. I have to remember what everything does. Fire a beam at a single enemy. I probably don't want to waste that yet. I can blow up bombs if I remember correctly, right? I think if I use Fireball, technically that should work, but then I feel like I'm gonna kill it. Okay, it's dead. Excuse me. Yeah, I gotta get used to this style again. Oh my god! That felt like a lot of damage. I don't know why. Maybe it's just been a while since I played this. Or am I over leveled? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Why does this thing look like a Woobat? This is a Woobat before Woobat, yeah? Alright, I think I'm getting the hang of it now. I think I'm just pretty over leveled. Whenever I played this last time, I must have like done some leveling or whatever. I have to like look at my old stream and see like what the hell went down, because I'm destroying it right now. In Amanda Waller voice, I'm your daddy now. Have you guys played Suicide Squad at all? Were you guys interested in that game? I saw like all the commotion come out of it, and I just wasn't interested at all. Like, considering I played like all 3 Arkham games, and I finally caught up to Arkham Knight not too long ago, and I had to like get all the I wasted so much time getting all the Riddler trophies. Like, no lie, like I spent way too much time doing that shit, and I was so upset with the like the ending. I don't know, I'm just like, why did I waste so much time doing it? But regardless, I really enjoyed Arkham Knight, but my favorite of the bunch I think is Arkham Asylum, followed by Arkham City, because I think Arkham Asylum just like felt more like a Metroidvania game. I didn't do that properly, did I? Oh, whatever. Is it dead? Almost. By 1 HP, that's funny. So yeah, like the team at Rocksteady, I really enjoy their work, but from what I saw with Suicide Squad, I'm like, this doesn't feel like a Rocksteady thing. You know what I mean? It just, like, despite all like the reviews and stuff like that, even if they put out a perfect game, I don't think Suicide Squad would have been up my alley. Mainly because I don't know, like I look back at Arkham Asylum and I'm like, this looks like it's a very contained experience. Everything happens within the asylum, so that means you can focus on the gameplay and the writing. And then they had like this really good combat style at that very first start. Like, it kind of revolutionized things because a lot of people have used that combat style since. So I was hoping like Suicide Squad would be a similar thing and then focus on like a great narrative. But based on the review, I feel like I wouldn't be too interested in it. So I didn't bite the bullet, especially that it was going to be a live service too. And it was mostly like shooter action. I just didn't jump into it.
Hey, have you heard there's rare items hidden in the mines? If I find any, I'm gonna sell them to someone in town. I'm in it for the money. I'm your cliche YouTuber. I'm in it for the
Oh shit, why do these things keep spawning like this? I wish there were a way to speed run these. Don't waste your life on Suicide Squad. Felt like a cash grab. Hang on, let me... I wonder how that game sold. Okay, now this thing is actually getting me. I need to focus. HP max, yay! Alright, there we go. It doesn't feel like Rocksteady because it basically isn't. All the core team of the Arkham games fucked off during Endgame. Oh, Endgame Yourself Squad's development. Is that word being blocked in the chat, or are you just avoiding it? Yeah, maybe I shouldn't be saying that out loud. Maybe in the context of Suicide Squad. Then maybe I won't get demonetized for this. Who knows? But yeah, like, I heard a lot of like people left Rocksteady during that, and I think they were supposed to make a Superman game. There are so many things planned. I think there's a Batman Beyond game. I'm sure there's gonna be like an article about this by some really good gaming journalist at some point. But I think initially there was supposed to be a Superman game, and then there was gonna be like a Batman Beyond game, and then WB canceled both. Oh, I fell for that. I gotta...
Listen up. Let's leave this half with Mario here. Wait. That's not my accent. Listen up. Leave this half with Mario here and split. Anybody got a beef with that? Alright, then we getting out of here. You. Chill up.
Mario, Croco got us again.
He took all of our coins too. Let's chase him down and get them back. Oh my god. Now I gotta do this. Maybe I shouldn't have jumped on that thing. You think it sold well, but the Avenger game sold ass, if I recall correctly. So there's hope. Honestly, I think that the gaming industry is going through something. Like, there's some really good games that dropped last year, and I think there's a lot of games slated for this year. But there's still some studios that don't get it, or I should say publishers, not studios, because I'm sure there's studios that want to do like a lot of cool things out there and they can't because the publisher is just like, nah. So I think there's some really cool studios that like have ideas in mind, but I think that people should start to focus more on like AA content, for lack of a better word, rather than AAA content. I think if you lower the budget, because graphics aren't all the rage anymore, right? If you have a team of 300 people that take 5 years to put out one game, that's not sustainable at all, bro. Like, and I'm not saying that there's no market for that, but make sure it's the right game. You know, I think Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is actually going to do very, very well. Based on the footage I saw, I'm going to be buying that day one, and I think it's going to be good. But like, if you have another type of, I don't know, open world game, like let's say Forspoken, was that the name of it? I always want to say Forsaken. Forspoken, or let's say that, I don't think this will be the case, but GTA 6, let's say that they just phone it in and it's like immediately live service and is bogged down by so many other things that just make it a hassle to play. You're gonna see like, I don't know, you're gonna see backlash for all of that. But these people will put these games out, sell like millions, and then lay off the team. So a lot of creative minds probably don't want to be in gaming because it's a very volatile system for them. And there's like a few layoffs that happened in the last few months for very talented teams, like the ones that made Disco Elysium. I honestly don't think that team is ever going to put out another game because so many people already left and the main people that were in charge of Disco Elysium are already gone. So it's just kind of that lightning in a bottle type situation, much like Alien Isolation, bruv. Oh my god, that game is still the scariest game I've ever played. What about AI use in games? Yeah, like what? So some people have accused Palworld of doing that. There's no proof of that yet, so I'm not gonna make the comparison. But yeah, if you use AI, there's an ethical way of using AI, and I'm not an AI expert, so I can't really tell you what's right and what's wrong. So my opinion might not sound like very based. I think if there's an ethical way of using AI where it's not stealing assets and it's actually doing like some tedious work for you, like calculating physics and running an engine, or like setting a rule set and sticking by it and helping you with that process, filling in gaps. I honestly think AI is fine in that sense. Like, let it do some work for you that's normally like tedious and keep you in check. You know what I'm saying? So if you're building like a massive game, I feel like there are things that AI could do to save the team some time, as long as it's not taking over things that the team should be doing. You know what I'm saying? But then that would be the case like across the board most of the time. Like, things that I'm saying that the AI should be able to do is probably what there are certain developers doing. So you're probably going to need less to make a larger game. I don't know. There's just so many things happening, right? It's very hard for me to make a call on how AI even, how you can scale it up and keep a certain level of jobs and, you know, pay them equally. You know what I mean? Oh, I gotta read this. Hold on.
Oh boy, looks like a dead end here, but not to worry. Hey, I got a bomb. Never leave home without him. Now you guys, stand right there and watch it explode. It's actually a bomb, but you know, I'm not gonna correct myself, so I'm new here. All right, let's get in there.
Dude, oops. I walked right into that. I don't know how gaming got here. We went from graphics getting better being the priority to live service bullshit and everyone chasing the same single bag. Yeah, graphics are not excelling as much as it used to. Like, I would say the jump between PS2 and PS3. Well, no, okay. I would say the jump between the generation of like, I think each generation had a pretty big jump. So like from the regular Nintendo to Super Nintendo, from the Mega Drive, from the Master System to the Mega Drive, and then from those systems over to like the PlayStation and N64 and all that stuff, and the Dreamcast. Like, those are major shifts graphically, and I think that we just like hit a wall where people just don't care about graphics. Nobody says this thing anymore like, oh my god, look at the graphics. Like nobody cares about that anymore, in my opinion. That used to be the thing growing up though, like, oh my God, look at these graphics. But now I think we've caught up to ourselves, right? And that's not important anymore. Everybody just wants to play a fun game now. I think we've just equalized everything now. Like we're at a stage where we're back at square one. Like we need better things now. Improve on, like the graphical stuff is cool, but improve on that now. Like let's get cool gameplay things that weren't possible back in the day. Much like on the, like on a PlayStation, the regular PlayStation, you probably couldn't have like 100 or 150 models all in one place. So now that you have more memory and you can do more things with capacity and memory and all that stuff running at once, let's see what you can do with that, you know, like make it creative, like build gameplays out of that. You know what I'm saying? This is something I'm thinking about. Robin, I'll see you later, bruv. Thanks for popping in. They're gonna have a live service bubble burst eventually. Yeah, bruv, like if I'm here playing your live service all day, every day, where am I gonna go after that? Like, and then there's another live service. We can't all be playing live services, can we? I mean, I guess people do the analytics. They're better people than I am. Like, they're better mathematicians than I am out there that can crunch the numbers on like how many possible people can be playing your game. But it's just like people are so finicky. Once the next game comes out, you're not gonna play like an old live service, especially if there's like 10 running at the same time. I think of League of Legends, like League of Legends, Overwatch to an extent, Apex Legends, like those that have cemented themselves. Fortnite, Call of Duty is technically a live service at this point. They're pretending like they're putting out new games every year, but they're not. It's like the same freaking game. I'm not saying that work doesn't go into it though, you know, but it is the same model every time. But yeah, those are the games that like with those types of games, I think that people have found their niche and then they'll stick with it for a while. Like it's gonna be hard to pull me away from Fortnite to go play a brand new Fortnite, because even if I do play that, I'm gonna go back to Fortnite. I bet you that's kind of how it works most of the time. I keep running into these things and I don't want to fight them. But yeah, that's kind of my point with the gaming industry. I'm curious to see where things go, because like when it's lazy, it's lazy. But when you have like really good games, they're really good games. Like I think Resident Evil's having a very good run right now. Capcom is doing very well with like their franchises. I think Konami is trying to get back into it with I shouldn't be doing this. I need to jump on him. I think Capcom's doing very well with like Monster Hunter, Resident Evil. I wish they go back to like old franchises like Power Stone. I was playing that at an arcade the other day and I'm like, man, this is crazy. I love this. I can't remember if I'm supposed to be spamming A for that or like holding it down. Minecraft has a problem with their side games. Yeah, that's a good point too. Like everything that's outside of Minecraft, I don't know if it does so well compared to like the actual Minecraft. And I'm sure they're thinking about how to handle a sequel. They have to be working on a Minecraft too. I'm pretty sure they are. Hold A until just before. Okay, let me do that this time. Yeah! Take all of that damage, son. And I should just be using jump, yes. Oh, I'm already out of flower power. And Gino is dead. I know I could be playing this a lot better. I've been playing so many RPGs like this last week. Like it's each of the mechanics are just kind of melding together. Oh my God. They're gonna kill me. All right, focus. Can I get these people up? I can't. Recover. All members recover fully. I don't know if I should waste that. All right, I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna go ahead and take the flower points, and then I'm gonna use Thunderstorm and call it a day. Can I try that again, or start from the screen? Oh, shit. Oh, it auto-saved at least. Thank God. I didn't feel like doing all of that again. So yeah, like Minecraft, every time I try to get in Minecraft though, I can't do it. Like it's getting more progressively difficult for me. I've tried to do Minecraft on stream a couple of times. Every time I do it, I have no clue what to do. I'm like, what should my goal be, chat? And then everyone's like, oh, build a house. And then I start building a house and then I get sidetracked and I start like, I start killing pigs and collecting meat and then I get stuck in the middle of the night. It's crazy. Okay, ah! Hey, I found you. Wait. I'm gonna run away. I'm gonna run. We gotta catch Croco. I gotta use Thunderstorm. Come on. This is peak gameplay right now. What you guys are seeing right now is peak gameplay. Come back here. You, give me my coins back, you little shit. All right, I'm gonna like have Malo just nuke everybody. Let's do it that way. Flower points are shared, so I'll use that. I need the PSP Power Stone collection remade. The collection itself is pretty much perfect as is, just needs to be on current stuff. Maybe add galleries and stuff like newer Capcom collection. So with Power Stone, I actually got that collection back at...
We'll get you for this. Maybe not today.
Maybe not tomorrow, but someday. He didn't have any coins on him. They all ran away. Hey, you. All right, you this time. I got you. Let me see if I can beam one of these guys. This can't miss. This is like Samus says. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. I want to get my coins back. I wish I had like more options here, like that hit more people. Kilt, Malo, go. Of course. All right, well, I wonder how many coins I got from that. Your main goal in Minecraft is to build a one-to-one replica of KFC and Taco Bell. I'm sure people have done that. All right, I gotta go get Croco here. I could just run the other way and catch him that way, but I want to make sure I kill all of these in proper style. Oh, let's do the triple move. Yes. Oh, that's for a single enemy. They're not giving me a lot of options here. They're giving your boy no options. Oh, wait, that worked. They're just too fast. Like I have like one opportunity to kill everybody. All right, let me catch Croco. Croco boy. What's the best way to do this? I wonder if I just wait and he'll just catch up to me, I think. That's probably what they... Yeah! Got him! All right. Concentrate. We'll use the triple move on him. Let's do the triple threat. I love this so much. Reminds me of Mario Kart for some reason. And even after all that damage, it didn't do shit. Critical hits. I'm just pulling out all the stops on him. My timing's getting a little bit better though. If you guys remember last time, my timing was complete ass. All right, this is it. Oh, that didn't do anything. Gino does like a shit ton of damage. I forgot like how potent his attacks were. You want him back?
You gotta take me down first.
Bro, I'm like destroying you right now. What's going on? Come on, die.
Monster toss.
I need to start calling out the names of the attacks, you know?
Monster toss.
Okay, I think I need to start healing. Nothing in my inventory. He stole my items. I gotta kill him now. I have nothing that's gonna help me here. I forgot how ridiculous this game gets. Doesn't Mario have an attack where he kicks a shell? I think that's later on, if I remember correctly, or that might be a specific item. Or are we thinking, we might be thinking Paper Mario? Like, sometimes I mix up all of these RPGs all into one. I don't know if I'm gonna win this.
Youch. Enough already. Here's your junk. Shit. Kick me in the balls, you guys are... I'm out of here.
I win! Okay, cool. I didn't think I was gonna win that for a moment. Krako! Krako! Got the coins back and picked up a micro bomb too. Okay. So let me make sure everybody's in good shape. Oh, everybody is in good shape. Great. 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 I don't have to worry about this now. So now we'll go deeper into the mines and save these mole people. I think I'm a decent amount of level where I don't have to worry about this, but let's just check anyway. I'm sure there's like some secret items in here too. Those flame things are very annoying. There you are. I don't know why my voice is reverbing, but seems like you found something mighty useful. My voice is different from everyone else. My kids, Dinah and Might, are trapped back there. Let's blast through and find them.
I don't know why you sound like that.
Oh, thanks, Mario. It's okay. I'm getting my ass beat in Puyo Puyo Treacherous 2. Bro, I'm actually very good at Puyo Puyo. I'm a Puyo Puyo master, son.
Let's follow the tracks to the end. My voice changed again. What? The star? It's probably in the back. Let's mosey along now. You muscular old Indian Italian guy. Oh, guess you're right. I'd just be a burden to you fellas. Well then, I'm counting on you to find the kids, you hear? I heard they like popsicles. Well, thanks a lot, Mario. Guess I'll be going back to tell Mom about everything.
Cool, thanks for that. Try C, thanks. I'm funny. I just like add a little effects from time to time. I probably overdo it a little bit. Bombs. All right, so I'm gonna try and get through this part without exhausting a lot of my flower power, because I know there's gonna be a boss in the background here. Items. Oh yes, star power. Let me see if I can get a level up from this. So if you do this fast enough. Oh no, I failed at that miserably. Oh well, I tried. There's probably more bombs over here then. Yeah. Oh my gosh. All right. These little pig things, these woobat things, are actually very, very lethal. Dree is pronounced Dree, so it's Dreesy. I got it. I'll remember that for next time. Usernames are hard to like figure out sometimes. Sometimes I'll be reading stuff and I'll say things completely wrong and somebody's like, that's not how you pronounce it. But for the most part, anybody that's on stream is pretty nice about those things. I think my comment section's a little bit meaner. Not these days, but it used to be. Yeah, if anybody's looking for a good puzzle game, definitely try Puyo Puyo. It can get very competitive if you find the right people to play with you. But then you have like Puyo Puyo Tetris, which merges Puyo Puyo and Tetris. And it's so good. You can do like competitive battles with one person playing Puyo Puyo and the other playing Tetris. So like if you're playing with a beginner, more likely they know how to play Tetris already. So you can get them involved and then you can just stomp them in Puyo Puyo, because I feel like it's so much easier to win if you're good at Puyo Puyo, just as a heads up. When I was in Japan not too long ago, I actually went and I played Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 on one of the arcade machines in one of their arcades. And so over there, like things, I think like over here in the States, we're starting to get the message, right? Because it makes a lot of sense for your arcade to have like Wi-Fi where you can play with anybody else across the world as long as they're playing somewhere else. I think we're starting to get with the program, because I feel like our arcades fell off. Like after like the late 90s, I feel like every Dave and Buster's just did not want to update their arcade games whatsoever. But I'm seeing a lot of very like niche places start to get more popular in America, especially. Well, what they're doing is they're importing Japanese games, right? There's no American version of a lot of these games. But all that aside, like when I went to Japan, I was playing Puyo Puyo Tetris and I got like matched with somebody. I'm like, oh, this person's gonna kick my ass. And in the first round, they completely destroyed me in like 3 seconds. And I'm like, oh, okay, I got humbled. And I put my mind to it and I actually beat them. It was best 2 out of 3. And I actually beat them. And I was like, oh my gosh. Does this mean I'm actually good at this game? Does this mean I'm actually good? Like, I think in the States, I would actually be a better Puyo Puyo player than most. I'm sure it's like very niche over here. But Puyo Puyo Tetris has definitely like made it more popular these days. So I don't know. Like sometimes I'll go to these conventions and I'll see people like really mastering certain titles. I'm like, nah, I wouldn't be caught dead playing with you because you're just gonna wipe the floor with me. Agreed. These arcades are not fun anymore. Yeah, like if you go to any Dave and Buster's, I have no idea what's going on in those anymore. But they're trying to appeal to like a demographic that went to Dave and Buster's when it first got popular, you know? Like you need some more shit, like new shit, new things. Is this the boss? No, I think that's just a light. Oh, that's not it is a boss. Okay, hold on. Punchinello, never heard of you. Punchinello. They say I'm a hothead, but I'll show them. You will make me famous. So long. You can tell that this game is from like the SNES era, because some of the dialogue just has not aged well. I'm Punchinello. I'ma punch your lights out. All right, so what I'll do is I'll beat this boss. I'll see what happens after this, like if it's worth going to Marrymore, or if I'll just play like the first section of Donkey Kong versus Mario versus Donkey Kong. And then I'll probably call it a stream after that. How long have I been streaming? 2 hours, 13 minutes. So yeah, probably like another 15 minutes or so. I'll see if it's worth going to Marrymore. That's the next chapter in this game, I think. All right, so we got micro bombs here. I feel like I need like a AoE attack aside from the Thunderbolt move. Do I have any items that will help me here? I'm gonna save that sleepy bomb. All right, I'm gonna count on Malo to finish those off, and I'm just gonna go for Punchinello. I'm gonna punch your lights out. All right, go ahead. Thunderbolt. Hit A just before the bolt ends. This one is like really hard with timing for me. I didn't get the crit, but Malo's strong enough for it to work, so that's good. That's good news. Got him. Is he dead? Not bad. Not bad. Now let's level things up. Oh shit. Okay. I'm gonna use the same strat and see if I can get away with it. I don't think the Thunderbolt's gonna work. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know. I gotta like. Is it worth me attacking these? I gotta. Yeah, I probably gotta do that. Oh, okay. Malo can Thunderbolt twice before they blow up. Okay, that's fair. All right. So I'll probably do it that way. Though I'll probably have to save my flower power and I'll use basic attacks on Punchinello over here. And then I'm gonna have to like crit this. Oh shit. Okay, they don't even do that much damage. Hang on, I'll catch up to chat in a sec. There's one thing about this game, the bosses are pretty meaty. I'll give them that. Haha! Oh my god. As soon as I get rid of him, come on, just die already. Is he dead? Grr. All right, you asked for it. Bolt YT, what's good, man? Welcome to the stream. Oh my god, I'm getting destroyed. I'm getting destroyed. All right, maybe I have to use this. All right, so we're changing strats, right? So I'm gonna... Let's go ahead and give Mario or everybody some flower power. Let's use the maple syrup. And then we're back to normal. We're back to Norman. I'm gonna put the pressure on Punchinello still. What you guys see here is straight strategy, bruv. This is from years and years of RPGs and shit. All right, so I'm gonna keep Mario on this duty. I don't know if I'll have enough time to block that other one, but let's keep the pressure up. Oh, hell yeah. Let's use this move. Yo, these bombs, no, those bombs are massive. I haven't, I know they're trying to destroy me that way. Hopefully that's the dagger. Yes, that's it. Hey. Ah. I must be dreaming, I'm ruined. I didn't want to do this, but now I have no choice. I think he's bluffing.
Simmer down, Fluffy. I'm not gonna waste this on you. Who knows what might happen? Punchinello Super Mega Ultra.
Take your best shot.
Attack! Enough! I've got my own pride. Now you're in for it. Huh? What the hey? Why isn't it working? Oh!
Wow, he died. Mario! If this thing explodes, we're history. Oh no, we got to get the fuck out of here. This is a fine mess. Let's scram now. Oh yes, I'll get out of here and... Oh Jesus! It's gonna blow. No! And that is the end of the game, guys. Good work. Oh, that's it. They're just comically just tough. They just took on that whole... Yeah, right. What on earth was that? Well, we won the battle. Now I hope we don't lose the war. I forgot what voice I gave Gino before. Where are Dynamite and the Star? There it is. I saw it from I walked in the room. I guess that part has been answered.
Come on, Mario, hurry.
Yay. Did I get a new star already? Hasn't even been that long. I said I was gonna do like 1 star per stream, so maybe this is it. Or do you get 2 stars in this chapter? I heard Sonic Shorts is coming back. That series is iconic, man. I used to watch all of that when I used to like be on Newgrounds all day. Like I'd come home from school and that's just literally all that I did. We got 3 stars, baby. 3 more to go, or 4 more to go. I see the one in the center. Sonic Shorts, man, that was like that was a time, bro. That was definitely a time. Come on, we still have to find Dino and Might. It's Dynamite. That's a very old reference. Yeah, those videos were my intro to YouTube. Yeah, it's cool that they're getting together some like a new set. I hope that the whole like a lot of YouTube animations are being like flagged for kids. And I know Sonic Shorts are definitely not for kids, but excuse me. Back and tried to enhance it, but he just takes so long to do the series. I like don't think that chapter is ever gonna close, and I'm not prepared for it to close. Because my guy is older than me. He's like in his 40s right now. And as you get older, there's only so much time that you have for stuff. You know what I mean? So like, I hope one day it will finish, but still. Still haven't got a laptop to play Sonic Omens. You know, that was a wave that just come and went. Nobody's talking about Omens anymore. Yeah, Super Mario Brothers Z. But still, like, if he ever comes back, I will watch it. It's just like, yeah, it's gonna take him too long, bro. It's gonna take way too long. I think he should have sucked it up and just continued where he left off, but like, he's the artist at the end of the day. I'm not gonna like say how he should have done his work, but yeah, like for the sake of time, you know, should have just continued it from episode 9. Or was it episode 9 that needed to be finished? I think episode 9 was the last one, and then he went back and remade episode 1 and 2. But those are the things I rush back to school to check if there were a new episode 4. All right, let's continue.
That's not what my voice sounds like. This is my voice. There we go.
This stupid thing won't budge. I hate this. Less reverb, please. Thank you. Help me here. Give me the minecart. Give the minecart a push.
I'll give you a push, you little bitch. Sorry. I don't know why that came in my mind. Like, sometimes my humor is just naturally curious. Care to read the warning? No, forget it. We're gonna push. All right, fine. Of course. Minecart guidelines. Press A to brake. Press B to jump. Get mushrooms and press X to accelerate. Okay, I have to remember. Sometimes I always get like X and Y confused because of fucking Xbox control. All right, should I be going faster? Ding. All right, we're gonna accelerate. Let's go. Oh shit. All right, let me not accelerate. Let's just do this the natural way. Okay, I see what I gotta do now. And then I gotta brake on those corners? Okay. So what's the time limit for it? Do I get penalized for anything? Use the brake, you stupid. Okay, there we go. That's the end of it now, huh? I got 3 mushrooms. What does that mean? Oh, I wasn't ready for that. I didn't even remember this mini game in the original, to be honest. Oh, I just missed like a ton of mushrooms, bruv. All right, complete focus. Let's break. I wish I could have done like a practice game like Mario Party style, or I could have practiced the mini game at least, because this shit is brutal. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is wild. Nobody clip this. Please don't clip this. Don't clip this. What am I doing? Don't clip this. I hope I'm not the only person that has issues with this minecart, or am I just making a fool of myself on stream? All right, I'm just gonna hold the brake for those corners. That's basically it. Why would I ever accelerate? That's the thing. All right, go, accelerate. 2 minutes and 34 seconds and 93 milliseconds. That was wild. Wait, there's more. I don't remember any of this. What is going on here? I'm sure I get like a prize for this, and I'm probably gonna want to restart because how terrible I'm doing. Accelerate. Accelerate. It just took a mushroom. Oh, okay. The mushrooms are to accelerate. Okay, I get it. Wah! Okay, I think we made it now. We're done, right?
I wonder how those kids are doing. Sure wish they'd hurry home. Hold your horses, Ma. I asked Mario to help us out, so I reckon he'll bring them back when he's good and ready. I just have this odd feeling that they'll be dropping in on us any minute now. They still gotta use the door like everyone else, Ma. Now settle down. We're home! Gracious, they really did drop in on us. Oh, my poor babies. Are you okay? Little Mite, are you hurt? Nah, we're okay, Ma. Isn't that right, Mite? We had fun. Mama, Papa. Everybody sounds the same in this family. He's been knocked senseless, you poor baby. You're safe now. Dinah, haven't I told you how often enough to never go into the mines by yourself? That's enough, Ma. Just be happy to have him back. We haven't thanked Mario proper either. Hey. Thank you. I'm so embarrassed, Mario. We can't thank you enough for everything. What's that, the roof? Nah, that don't matter none, right, paw? It ain't nothing at all. You just leave any repairs to me. Give me a holler if you ever need a hand with your place. Holler back. Thanks again for bringing our babies back to us. Alright, now get the fuck out of our house.
You found dynamite and a star piece. But where's Peach?
Yahoo!
I did not realize she had a baby tied to her back. Yeah, I'm assuming it's the little sister with like the younger brother or whatever. Come back, Mr. Beetle. Wait, I couldn't even read the rest of that. Yeah, don't run away. We just want to play. We'll take good care of you. I don't know why everybody has like a Doctor's Brooklyn accent. Like what they said, okay, Mr. Beetle? Look, it's the Sniffits. I don't know what's happening right now. Don't you dare touch that beetle. It's a present for Booster. Okay, so now we're going into the Marrymore chapter. That's right, just hand it over nice and easy. Yeah, like they said, or we won't be your friend. Booster really likes beetles, but he can't catch his own. technically it's not a sniffet, it's a sniffster. That's where we're at with that. That's right, he's busy keeping the princess from the sky entertained. So we're catching beetles for him. So hand it over. That's right.
Pretty please?
Oh no, it's getting away. Quick, catch it.
Catch it!
All right, so yeah, this whole Moleville section, I don't remember it at all, but the next part is very memorable to me, and what's in the thumbnail of this video. So just so everybody says, just to make sure everyone knows I didn't clickbait them. I should probably like buy these work pants, but I don't like the stats so much. It drops the defense like by 3 points, and I want to keep that. Maybe this works for Malo though, for sure. So I'll give it to Malo because that makes a lot of sense to me. Snifter sounds worse. Yeah, hey, you freaking sniffed. Look at this little mole in this bucket. It's a mole in the bucket. Dear Lies, are they gonna make that joke?
I'm so hungry. Sure wish I had a carbo cookie.
Do I have a carbo cookie to give you? I don't. I wonder if I can buy that. Let's find out. Nope, no carbo cookies here. So if I ever get one, I'll come back. I have a feeling there's something hidden in this town though. Because there's like hidden boxes that you can hit. But I guess not. Okay, let's keep it moving. That's the inn here. Do I need to sleep anywhere? No, my health is full. What are you doing here?
Welcome to my pretend store. Would you like a shiny stone?
Sure.
If you bring me fireworks, then I'll give you a shiny stone.
I don't know where to find fireworks. Where am I gonna find fireworks? All right, whatever, we'll move on. Look, I can always backtrack. I don't know if this is the next chapter, but I guess we'll find out once we step out. Moleville. Were those boos there before? Oh, we've come a long way. Look at everything that we've done so far. The Midas River, Caro Sewers. See those boos? They look new. It's probably like the little tunnel area, so it's probably just the boos that were there. Booster Pass. Oh, it's been a while. This is a classic song right here. Boom, ba-dum, boom, 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 ba-dum. Reese, what's good? Oh, I need to like enter back in. What is good, Mentalk? And hello, everyone. Hope everyone's day is good. My day is going well. We're just getting in a little bit of Mario RPG in this stream. I'll probably play a little bit of Mario versus Donkey Kong, and then I'll probably call it a stream from there. I'm a little late with my next video, I'm gonna be honest. my next video is gonna be Kirby, but like I'm a little bit behind. I think like when I started this series, I knew so much about Sonic that I was just like looking at sources to confirm what I already knew. And then as I start to get to series where I don't know as much about it, it requires me to really like look into myself and figure out what information is relevant and what isn't. And Kirby is a very different beast for me because I've only played it casually. I could at least say with Mario, I played every single Mario game, even though I wasn't like fully into it. I loved Mario, especially like the RPG games, and Mario and Luigi and all that stuff. But so when I got to it, it felt kind of natural, right? But when I got to Kirby, I'm like, man, I really know nothing about this series. I know Kirby likes cake. I know Kirby. I think strawberry shortcake is probably his favorite. I found a hidden treasure. Hooray. So yeah, I knew that much about him, but like as I started researching, I'm like, man, I know nothing about this. And it's exciting, but it's making my videos take some time to make. And then sometimes when I'm writing the script, I'm like, nah, I don't like this script. And then I'll start over So that's what's been happening. But I will have more content out. I'm focusing on it. I have a little vacation coming up for once, just to like get some rest. I'm trying to get this Lakitu and kill it. Come on. Let me kill you. I think like this is the only jump off point, really. Hold on, let me focus on getting that. Shit. Okay, I gotta commit to the jump. Just commit to the jump. Just commit. Don't be scared. Got him. Hell yeah. Oh, they hurt. Oh wait, that's an enemy in the middle. That cactus, that artichoker? All right, let's take care of these guys first. They didn't summon anything that surprises me. Oh my goodness. Every time I go into a new area, the enemies just surprise me on how powerful they are. Like, look, I haven't even put a dent in him. I'm going to die. I feel like I can't. I feel like I won't be able to beat this one. Okay. Fireball. I'm gonna use the fireball on this thing. Because if I know my Pokemon, plant types are weak to fire types. Am I right? Okay, Mallow's down. After all that, like they took me out in one hit. If I can kill this one Lakitu, I might have a chance here. Holy shit. Oh my god. Man, that humbled me real quick. All right, so here's what I'll do. I can't think through this right now. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play a little bit of I'm gonna do a proper save here, and then I'll play like a little bit of Mario vs. DK because I saw some votes for that, and everyone wanted me to see how the remake looks. I haven't played that game in a very long time. Where do I save again? I'll save in Moleville. Yes, Reese. Kirby games are just okay. I used to have one on the N64, so I'm covering that game next. It's been so long since I played that game. Kirby 64, the crystal shards. But everyone says like the Kirby lore is so interesting. I'm actually fascinated that there's not a lot of info like on the development process outside the first few games. And then I think by the time the N64 came out, Masahiro Sakurai was busy on Super Smash Brothers, which might be something I like. Just as a heads up, like I'm covering all these characters and I'm trying to slowly build myself up to get to the Smash Brothers series and start talking about that, because I think like the development story behind that is pretty fascinating in itself. All right, so let's play a little bit of Mario versus Donkey Kong, just so I can show you guys what this is like. I want to experience this again for the first time. I think Nintendo's on the right track for testing this out, but I think their marketing sucked ass for this, because not a lot of people remember this even existed until today. Let's let this intro ride.
Collect them all. Be the first one on your block to own the amazing new mini Mario toy. Hurry before they're
Ooh.
Hurry, buy them all. Buy them all. Buy them all. Buy them all.
All right, this intro is actually pretty funny. This used to be like a slideshow on the Game Boy Advance, so I'm glad that they redid this whole thing. Bananas. Has this ever happened to anybody where you went to a store and it's like the thing that you want is sold out, like the moment, oh, that guy just took the last one? Bruh.
Mario Toy Company.
Mario versus Donkey Kong. Hell yeah, son. All right, if you're rocking with me in the stream, give me a thumbs up in the chat or some flames or some fire.
Die.
We're out here doing special things today. Shout out to my Donkey Kong fans that are here. I know you guys are suffering. You guys are hungry for anything. So I think that it was good to showcase this. Personally, my Donkey Kong videos, I think were one of the most fun set of videos to make, because the history of Donkey Kong is the history of Mario. The history of Donkey Kong is the history of Nintendo as it stands today. Which is why I really enjoyed that, because there was a lot of insight that I got from that video. Especially like the first couple too, like Diddy Kong and all that stuff. Like, yeah, they were added later and all that, but like with modern Donkey Kong and classic Donkey Kong, I'm surprised that Nintendo is not doing much with them right now, or marketing it in a different way. Like, if you keep doing Donkey Kong Country games, of course it's gonna get a little like stale. So I think it's time for like the next major thing. I heard there was a rumor that the team that made Super Mario Odyssey was working on a Donkey Kong title, and if that happens, that'd be amazing. You know what I mean? Super Smash Bros. Me at the local comic shop with Ultimate Spider-Man. Is that really hard to find? Like, what, new issues or older issues? Happens all the time at Walmart. That sounded like something that happened to my friend earlier today. He's trying to get his hands on Helldivers 2. Have you guys heard about that game yet? I think I might jump in because it sounds like a lot of fun. I played the original Helldivers and it was like a top-down shooter. So I'm wondering how much it's changed because it's like blowing up right now. Well, Miyokone, Otis, Dreesy, Phoenix Gundam, Reese, thanks for joining me today. Bold YT, if you're still here, let's get this done. If you guys never played this game, you're in for a treat. So we got a casual game style and classic game style. I want the challenge because I accept all challenges out there. You know what I mean? You can change the playstyle in the pause or level select menus. The new Ultimate Spider-Man run is really good and it keeps selling out everywhere. Is it Peter or is it Miles right now, or is it both? I can't remember who's Ultimate these days now. Oh my god! We're under attack! Ah, Jesus Christ! I love that. That's funny. There's actually a very nice render of Mario here. That's like super clean. Hey! 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 Wait! He doesn't say, "Come back here, you big monkey." Or was that the second one? I can't remember which one he said that. All right, Mario Toy Company. Those toads are hilarious, actually. I really like that scene.
You big monkey?
Is that Charles? Or is that Kevin? Kevin Afghani? Is that his name? He actually sounds very much like Charles. I wonder if, interesting. He's getting better. Not to say he was bad in Super Mario Wonder, but I'm having a better time believing that it's Charles. Let's see. I'm gonna have to move myself around. So if you guys remember, all right, I'll put myself here just so you guys see the gifts that I have and stuff. If I ever get in the way, then I'll let you know. Let's see. And Jonah is a really cool guy now that's best friends with Uncle Ben. Uncle Ben's alive in the Ultimate. I need to catch up on my Spider-Man these days. There's so many characters that I don't know about, like Silk and all these other things. Am I being timed? I am being timed. Okay. So yeah, if you guys have never played it, I should have grabbed that. Oh, it's a tutorial. Okay, never mind. So it's a puzzle game. So it has like slight Mario platforming, but you're trying to figure out how things work to grab the key to go to the next level. And so the idea is to get as many gifts as you can. So that's the last gift there. I need to figure out how to get past this. Oh, I can lift the trash can and wow. I remember there's a way to like do a handstand too. I wonder if that's still there. I should probably read the tutorials and see. Pick up and throw enemies. Okay. Wow. Oh shit. So you only get hit once? All right. Let's try that again. Seth Rogen just robbed my store. I want one of those Mario toys. I was trying to kill everything, but I guess I can't do that. I like the look of the game too. I think people are sleeping on this one because I remember having a. This was like a. So I'll be real. When I was playing Game Boy Advance games, I was downloading all them ROMs. This is when the internet was the wild fucking west. You can get all of these games for free. When they were new, people, there was a site I remember. I forget the name of the site, but it was like an HTML site, and it had like a black background with blue text, and it had music on it. Websites don't have music playing anymore because that fell out of style real quick. But I went on it and it would always have music playing. So I remember like this person was a huge Eminem fan. For some reason they had Toy Soldiers playing there one day, but the song was never, the title of the song was never there. So you'd go there and you would hear like an Eminem song playing, and there was like several. And I remember like it got me back into Eminem because I would be on that site so much that it played like Eminem songs straight up. And that's where I would get all of my ROMs. And I remember like, you know, anytime a new Game Boy Advance game came out, it'd be showcased on there. I'm not saying it's hard to find like new games now, but it's like, I don't know, it just feels dirty downloading those things. It's like back in the day, those ROM sites didn't have viruses all over them and stuff. Like there were some that did, but like now if you go to any like site that does it, it's like super shady, and it just feels weird and gross. But maybe because I'm a little bit older now, I can't justify pirating. There's a lot of people that are like, well, if I wasn't gonna buy this game and I don't agree with their practices, I'm gonna go ahead and play it for free. No, bro. If you don't agree with their practices, don't play the game at all. Like, that's my opinion. I'm not saying that you have to succumb to business practices or anything like that, but don't pirate a game that you don't want to support. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's supporting the game. Technically, you're playing the freaking game. I don't know, like, this is odd to me. Is the stream quiet for anybody else? Is that better? Have I been quiet this whole time? Like, oh my gosh. Kenny, thanks for that. Somebody was complaining earlier and I thought it was my mic was too low. It's actually like my whole setup was on like minus 10 decibels. Has my stream been like that the whole time? Have you guys been like... Oh my god, hold on. I have to see how bad. I've been streaming for 2 hours and 49 minutes and the stream has been that quiet and nobody is real. Oh, okay, hold on. At least you guys could hear me, but let me check this real quick. It wasn't that horrible, thank God. Like, you could at least still hear me, but everything else is pretty quiet. Oh my gosh. All right. Do I sound better? Am I coming through loud and clear? I had every single audio channel just lowered. All right, cool. So yeah, I used to like download games from there. And Mario vs. Donkey Kong was one of them. I didn't know that was even a thing that was coming out at the time, much like right now people are confused at the idea of this even being a game. And I remember playing this, I'm like, oh man, this is so different. I like this gameplay style. And I remembered it was like it was basically like an enhancement of Donkey Kong 94 for the Game Boy. So yeah, now that it's remade, I hope that this style of gameplay pretty much takes over the series now, because it was all like toy soldiers after this, you know, like you use mini Marios to control. All right. Thanks for the heads up, Kenny. Color switch. All right, so let's breeze through these initial. You've never seen or heard of this game before. Well, let's see if this is up your alley. I'll play a few levels for you guys. Let's see what you think. You go into each place, you collect gifts, and then you find the key, and that's basically it. I forgot what the oil thing does. There's the handstand. How do I do that? Okay, so it's like down and jump, and then you can... Yeah! Stop. Okay. I have the key. So you're gonna find a lot of like original Donkey Kong references in this game. I could just leave. Let me find out what this oil does real quick. It kills you. That's what it does. Good. All right, now I know what to do. All right, let's get this over with then. Speed run. Could I drop down here? No. Okay, it has to be a ladder. That's good to know. That's what the original, you know, that's what the starter games are all about. You just got to figure out how to find your way around, and then you move on from there. I'm feeling the music, by the way. I like that jazz flair, you know? All right, we got the key. Wait, pick up the key. Pick up. Ah, okay, so that's what it is. All right, I remember now. So you have to pick up the key. If you drop it, it has a countdown. And if the countdown goes to 0, it goes back to its original place. So you are in a race to beat the clock. You also cannot climb ladders with the key. So what I'm gonna have to do... Okay, I get it now. So I'm gonna have to get it from the other side. Otherwise I won't be able to beat this level. So... Ooh. This hammer, get out of here. Okay. So I gotta climb down here. If I use the hammer, I can get rid of that oil barrel. Yes? Okay, cool. As long as I'm saying the right things. And then I will jump on that, drop down, and then we're out of here, bruv. That's it. I know I said I'd play a little bit of this, but don't be surprised if I'm here streaming till 12 a.m. Because I already feel addicted to this now. All right, let's take you out. One up for my last mistake in the last level. Get rid of all this oil. Yeah. All right, and then we got our mini toy. Is there a Minnie's amiibo? There has to be. There has to be a mini Mario amiibo somewhere. I'm gonna move myself so you guys can see this. Jumping toys, wahoo! Yay! All right. I really like this voice actor. He sounds very on point so far. So what I'll do is, let me do World 1. Pair a controller for 2-player mode. How does one play 2-player mode here? I'm very curious to see. So I'll do this first world and then I'll call it a stream. Just so everyone knows exactly what they're getting into with Mario vs. Donkey Kong. This one is $49.99, by the way. So I'm not selling it for Nintendo, but if it looks like I'm having a good time, then maybe I'm selling it for them. And they should sponsor me, but I know Nintendo doesn't sponsor anybody. They don't need to. Why would they? Huh. I don't think I would be able to do this. All right, let me see what that button does.
What does this button do? What does this button do?
Aha, see? To 20-hour stream. Man, I've been kind of craving a 24-hour stream, but then I wonder what would be the point of that. I would just dedicate that energy to editing the next video, you know what I mean? I remember my first 24-hour stream. That shit was a wild ride, man. What a day that was. All right, I think what I can do. Yeah. Okay, then maybe I can just go around for this. So the thing about this game, I think there's multiple ways you can attack each level, which is pretty cool in itself. I don't want any trouble. I don't want trouble. Oh shit, they almost got me. I mean, hey, who doesn't like smooth detective jazz music in their Mario games? You know what I mean? All right, next puzzle. Let's do it. So I think if you collect all of the toys in each level, or I think you have to get the toy for each. I think it's the gifts. So the gifts will unlock this, and then if you beat all the levels, you unlock that, I believe. I have to figure out what this is exactly. This is probably like a minis level too, so they baked in the old playstyle with the new playstyle. Trash can. Oh, I can get in the trash can? Is that what they're trying to tell me? I'm pretty sure this is a remake, so a lot of this is probably not new. Speaking of remakes, I've been playing Persona 3 Reload. That game came out when I was in high school. That kind of shows like my age right now, but I missed that game so much. So as I'm replaying it, it's like I'm reliving my my old ass high school life. I think that's a great entry point into the series. If you're ever like too overwhelmed by Persona 5, for instance, I think you should definitely try out Persona 3 Reload. And you get to see the angsty people that like the angst that was popular back in 2005, 2006. Free scroll mode. Activating free scroll mode will freeze the game and enable you to move the camera around. All right, let's do it. Oh, so I can plan ahead. Isn't that cheating? Technically. All right, well, let's do it anyway. Okay, it's not me in the trash can. There's a trash can fiend here. I don't see the importance of it, so I'm just gonna grab the gift and go. My brother's a big Persona fan. I really like the music in the game. Yeah, I think it's like one of those RPGs that's very accessible for anybody that's willing to try it out. I know like Persona 5 fans can be a little overwhelming because I came in at Persona 3, and then Persona 3 was one of my favorites, and then Persona 4 came out, and that was like a saga in itself because they made so many games based on Persona 4 and they just never got to Persona 5. I'm like, okay, so this is never happening, huh? But the funny thing is, like, once 5 came out, it felt like the same thing. Like Persona 5 has been out for almost 8 years now. That's kind of wild to think about. And that like made a series in itself. They just came out with a strategy game. There's like 4 different Persona 5 games. So like it's just a breath of fresh air to see the game that I came in on get some love again. But I'm just ready for the next, like I'm ready for the next in the series. I just hate when they put out one and they milk it for like 4 or 5 games. What is that? I think it's just telling me to go back there to get a 1-up. We're not doing that, bruv. It's complete world 1. So yeah, I've been playing a lot of that in my downtime, but I still gotta like put in work to my next video. I know there are no deadlines on YouTube, but you know, I'm very strict about my deadlines. I'm just like, there's gotta be a video out this week. Funny thing is, whenever I stream, it's like people are reminded of my existence and they unsub. So I'm sure if I check my subs after like this, it's gonna be like 40 people that unsub. YouTube people really know exactly what it is they want. So that's not the fault of the audience though. Like I just have to either be more consistent with streaming, or just accept the L each time. Let me see. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, like 40 is a drop in the bucket, right? So I'm not too concerned about that. What is this telling me? Jump up and throw. Oh, I just did that. See, I love doing the tutorial before the tutorial even tells me. I'm a gamer, bruv. So the game is just coming naturally to me at this point. I think later on, like, you're gonna have to do more advanced things to get like your hands on certain gifts. Like, so what happens is that these things are probably the easiest thing to get. So the keys and these figurines or the mini Marios are probably gonna be the easiest thing for you to collect. But later on, the gifts themselves will be put in places where you're gonna have to risk your life to get like 100%. And if there are people that are like into that, so if you're a completionist, that's how it challenges you. But this is still World 1, so things are fairly easy so far. And I think there are six worlds in total. So this is the last level, and then we'll get into like the bonus level and the boss. I'm not sure what the criteria is to unlock the bonus level, but since we're collecting everything, then we're on point here. All right, so now they're teaching the handstand jump. So if you guys remember, this debuted in Donkey Kong 94 for the Game Boy, which is very much like this game. This game is based off of that one. And this would be the first time, well, not Mario versus Donkey Kong, but maybe. I forget when the handstand became like a popular move in the actual series. I think it's probably 64. But yeah, Donkey Kong 94 for the Game Boy is when the handstand that Mario does became a thing. So it didn't even come up in a Mario game. It was in Donkey Kong. So shout out to Donkey Kong for doing that. All right, so I'm gonna have to time this. There it is. Got it. Hey, I still got it. All right, so we gotta grab this gift. Just some trivia as I play. Sometimes I wish I was a guru about every single game I'd play, because then that would be like my selling point for streams. As I play this game, learn 100 facts about it as I play. I mean, I could do it that way. I could read up everything about these games and then just pretend that I knew it before the stream. Handstand. While doing a handstand, you are protected from falling objects. All right, so if I flip over this way. Yeah. Try and get me, brick monster guy. I always thought that was Donkey Kong, but I don't think it is. It's just some brick thing. Okay, how do I want to do this? Yellow and then red. Oh yeah, speaking of series covers, do you consider DK videos done on your end? I don't think any series is necessarily done. I do think that I covered like, so there's two ways I could go about it, right? Like I could go back and find a very, very interesting topic for each series. Like for example, people asked me to do K. Rool. But I talk so much about K. Did I just get clapped? Okay. So this doesn't kill me, thankfully. How does the trash can not protect me? So I talk so much about K. Rool that I didn't know if there was much more to say about him. But then again, I always treat each video like people are watching every single one, and I need to stop doing that, because I think that there's like a lot of information I can deliver, like, and package it as, hey, like this is all about K. Rool, even though I've said this before. So that's kind of why I structured the DK videos that way, like, because by the time I was done with it, there's not much left to say about K. Rool. But I could always go back and like do a K. Rool video. And then there's other things that I could talk about. Like I could talk about the spin-offs more in depth, or I can, I don't know. I talked about all the Kongs already. Or I can talk about the games itself, like some of the development stories behind the games. So I would say like right now, DK is fairly done. Unless I went back and looked and found something that people really want to hear about when it comes to DK stuff. I would say the unfinished ones, the ones I really want to get back to, are Sonic and Zelda. There's things uncovered within Mario I think I could do. But if there is a spin-off series to Mario that I could do, it'd be Wario. Like I think I would want to cover like the history of like WarioWare. I'd want to do like the Wario Land series in a bucket and then the WarioWare series. And just like talk, I would even throw my opinions in there. I don't know. So I have like a lot of things that I could do. It's just like I'm more or less a one-man show. And that's the part. Well, I say this every stream, but like I'm not making an excuse. That's just why things take so long. They take a long time. And I wish I could like publish these things a lot faster, but I just can't. And sometimes I just like I'm so burnt out that I don't want to send you guys like a video that sucks, you know? But yeah, as long as you guys are watching, it's coming. It'll come back. Yeah, that would be a good mindset to have. Yeah, like nothing's really ever done. Metroid, Miyokone, so I've made up my mind, like Metroid is gonna be the focus of Mentalktober this year. So I'm gonna have at least four dedicated Metroid videos in October. So I gotta like close out a lot of these loops before I even get there. A lot of people have asked me to cover Metroid and I'm like, that would sound awesome because there's like a lot with Samus. So I'm gonna do it this way. Here's how I might do it, because I think I've strayed away from my initial format of like Origin Oracle, where I would just take the character and I would talk about it. What I'd rather do is just take the character first, go through their history, talk about everything, and then like break down other characters, and then I will talk about the games itself, like what I'm doing with Kirby. I fell into this weird format when I hit Zelda that I was like there's so many versions of Link. How do I even do this? So instead of making a video about Link, I made multiple videos about the Zelda series in order. And then I stopped at Majora's Mask, and then I'm gonna pick it back up. So that's what I've decided I would do with that. And then I got too deep into Kirby to even like fall back on my original plan now. So like I'm gonna keep doing the Kirby games. But from now on, if I ever cover a series, I'm gonna cover the characters first. And then I can go into like more of like the development stories within the games and talk more about the games themselves. So yeah, that's kind of my plan. Yeah, Samus and Metroid. So just in Metroid in general, that's been something that I've been wanting to do for a very long time. So yeah, those are my plans. And then Sonic, I gotta come back with Sonic somehow. I don't want to do it strong, and I feel like Cream the Rabbit is not like the one, even though she's next in line considering all the videos I've done. But maybe she is. I don't know. Maybe there's a respect for. Oh, this is different. Okay, hold on. I gotta pay attention here. Guide the mini Marios to the letter box. Cream the Rabbit. Excuse me? Yeah, I think Cream is like coming back in a lot of mediums now. Oh, this is cool. This is cool. I think I know what I want to do. Nah, folks been hungry for Cream appreciations for years. You know, if I did a Cream video, it'd probably be a Cream and vanilla video. So I'll probably cover both, because they come as a package. So yeah, like if I'm doing it in order, Cream is next, and then it would be Blaze, and then Silver. Then I could technically, am I going in the right order? It'd be Cream, Omega, Blaze. Cream, Omega, Blaze, and then Silver. Hold on. Jesus Christ. Oh, okay. Cream, Omega. Omega debuted what? Sonic Heroes? What came first? Sonic Advance 2. So yeah, it'd be Cream, Omega, Blaze the Cat, and then Silver. And has there been a new character since? I mean, technically Chip. There hasn't been a new character in a long time. Trip is kind of new. Holy shit. Yeah, Sega was like, nah, we're not putting any more new characters in there. Like, there's Marine. There's Marine as well, but what the I would never make a whole video about Marine. Huh. So I didn't even have that many Sonic characters left. Yeah, Omega. So okay. So yeah. So I'm thinking of it right. I think like Silver is the last like worthy character to talk about technically, who's in the main cast right now. Babylon Rogues, yes. So that's one video in itself. So it's Babylon Rogues Den Silver, actually. Deadly Six. Do people care about the Deadly Six like that? I feel like they get so much hate and they're still in everything. I didn't mind them so much in the comics, but... All right, epic boss battle to finish the stream. Let's go, son. Oh, you little bitch. What do you guys think of Nintendo characters being violent to one another like this? Mario, don't do it. He's misunderstood. So does the whole soundtrack sound like this? I need to download this soundtrack because it's kind of awesome. I feel like this is good studying music. Oh my gosh. All right, hold on. Is Donkey Kong beating my ass right now? Yeah. Yeah. All right, one more hit and we're good. Got him. Got him. I mean, I like a few of them. It's partially fueled by me thinking Xena's really hot, though, admittedly. I mean, I think they were trying to go for that, though. I think they were going for that. Bro, if Rouge is in this movie, do you think that she's gonna be caked up? Live action Rouge the Bat. Like, let's see what people came up with. I'm doing it off screen because I don't want to get demonetized. Okay. This is what somebody had here. It's like a fan. Oh, wait. No, you guys can't see that. Check that out. So if like people think that that's what live action Rouge should be. But honestly, I think we should stick to the canon and have her kicked off. It's not, you know, it's not to scratch any itch that I have or anything like that. That's not what I'm implying, but like, I don't know. There's furry stuff and then there's Rouge the Bat. Like, I mean, I don't know what Sega was thinking at the time, but I think they were thinking. Even Sonic Heroes, bruv. They're probably not going to do it because it's a kid's movie. But hey, Jeff Fowler, if you're listening and you're bringing Rouge in, do it. Do it right. Do it right. It's a 50-50. Rouge will either be censored or they'll tap into her hardcore. Please give me caked up Rouge. It's only right. That's what I'm saying. It's only right. There's only one way you got to do it. You can't not have Rouge the Bat caked up. Like, I know they've toned it down over the years, but it's still there. There's still cake there to be had, you know? Wait, why is my capture card not working? Come on. Oh, I broke my capture card. All right, well, you guys are gonna have to watch this. We did beat World 1. I'm gonna call it there, actually. I'll call it there. Oh, I didn't mean to select that. Let me see if there's anything else I wanted to talk. There's one last thing I did want to say. So there's a game I've been playing right now, and I'll let you guys decide whether you want to support it or not. I'm sure you've heard of it. It's called RZ. So it's meant to simulate the CDI games from Zelda back in the day. And this was made, so Vinesauce made a video on this, so yeah, it's probably gonna get more attention now. But this team is called CDI Games. CD as in SEEDY, I as in my eye, games. So like based on Philips CDI. Very clever. But essentially this game is what they're doing is simulating the CDI games. Now, it's not as meme worthy. Will be mine. But they really got the look down. And so I've been playing a little bit of it. It's like $20, but it's actually a decent Metroidvania game. Like,
You just gotta get the jewel back together and trap him in that old book, right? The jewel shards are with the enemy. As you know, only a member of the royal family can rekindle the beacons. Oh!
yeah. So like, this is like a lost Philips CDI game. I would definitely recommend you guys try it out. It's $20. And it's not what you would think. They don't try to lean into the memes too much. So it's not like they're changing up all the words and they're like, oh my boy, like they're actually like trying to write it and keep it straightforward. So I definitely try it out if you guys are interested in that. It's actually, there's a good game underneath this. Aside from that, what else? Madam Web. So all I wanted to say about Madam Web, if you guys heard about like all the craziness happening with that movie, let me just play some music in the background. Joshua Sally, thanks for joining Team Men Talk. So I don't plan on discussing Madam Web because I didn't even watch it, but it's so interesting to me that Madam Web is the first movie that I have not seen a synopsis for on Wikipedia the moment that it dropped. Meaning that I don't know if anybody, oh, they added the plot. Okay, never mind. So as of yesterday, they added the plot. But this movie came out the 12th. So that was Monday. As of yesterday, there was no plot synopsis to this. I was trying to figure out what was going on in the movie. Apparently, people are saying you don't hate it? Okay, so I won't join the hype. Somebody out there liked it for what it was. But it's crazy. This director is gonna get blacklisted, man. What have they worked on in the past? They did 2 episodes of Jessica Jones, The Defenders, Orange is the New Black. Oh, 1 episode of Orange is the New Black. Okay, so this is like a relatively new director. S.J. Clarkson. I wish her well, man. I hope everything goes well for you. I hope they don't blacklist you. You take some issues with it, but I feel like some people were over exaggerating. So that's the point. The only thing I wanted to bring up is I'm surprised that a plot wasn't here like for an entire week, but it's the same thing that happens with everything that is not good. So games, movies, everything like that, if it's just like a semblance of mediocrity, people have to drag it across the internet because I feel like they have nothing better to do with their lives. So I like the fact that like I feel like nobody watched it because the plot wasn't there, but I'm not gonna go ham on it and say this is the worst thing ever. This is actually an abysmal amount, 8.2 at the box office, but I would never wish anybody's livelihood because like if you do one bad movie, a director may not ever see a movie again for the light of like one of their movies will never see the light of day ever again. It's very easy to get blacklisted. Dakota Johnson I think has star power. I'm hoping this doesn't Halle Berry her, if you know what I'm talking about. It's like Halle Berry had a hard time finding roles after Catwoman. I think she's since recovered a little bit from that, but Dakota Johnson and Sydney Sweeney, I don't know. I feel like there's a market for them still. I don't think they're going to be affected by this too much. Apparently Dakota Johnson fired her whole management team and thought that this movie was part of the MCU, and apparently they didn't make it clear to her that she wasn't a part of it, which I guess I don't know if that's on her or not, but I think this is going to be like a very, very interesting movie and how it's going to be dissected. They had the brilliant minds behind Morbius behind it. How could it go wrong? But again, I watched Morbius not in the theater. I watched it amongst Discord friends, and I remember like it was just mediocre. Like I didn't look at that movie and I was like, this is fucking terrible. Like it had a beginning, middle, and an end. It was just boring, you know? So I never like, it's new to me that people meme mediocrity and something that's boring, like something that's not good. Not like hilariously bad like The Room, I'm talking. Like I just mean just mediocre. Like there's nothing that I could use to really... It's interesting that people have created memes out of that. You know what I mean? And it's the same for video games too. Like we like to really drag mediocrity instead of just letting it die. And I wonder, like, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. It's just times have changed. I think we just look for the next train wreck and just call it a day. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I've never seen Madam Web, so I cannot sit here and tell you that it's a good or a bad movie. I really can't. I can only look at like the box office numbers. I can tell you whether it failed or not, but I can't tell you if it's bad or it's good. Like, who am I as a YouTuber to sit here and tell you what to enjoy and what not to enjoy? But like, I'm just fascinated by like the entire situation surrounding this movie. I feel like people were looking for the next Morbius, and then they found it in this movie. You know what I mean? The Marvels was very mid, but that's basically what it was. It was just mid, and people didn't go watch it. And I don't know what point I'm trying to make here. Like maybe you guys, maybe I'm just terminally online. Maybe I'm just too much online. Like maybe I should go talk to real people and see how they feel about this film. And maybe I should go touch grass and figure out, you know, like it's not a lot of YouTubers out there that I see like sit here and have like not an opinion on something, but maybe like it's trendy to have an opinion. My opinion is that I'm not gonna watch this movie not because I'm blacklisting it or boycotting it. I just don't think it interested me. And so maybe that's something to be said about this film. They didn't get my butt in a seat. So there's that. And if somebody invited me to this film, I'd probably be a little disappointed, but I watch it anyway and laugh it off. I don't know. Me personally, I like to watch movies in the afternoon. I like to go on a weekend, maybe catch that 1 o'clock, that 2 p.m. one, and then you have the rest of the day ahead of you. I like personally just never liked going to that 9-10 o'clock movie, because by the time you're out, it's 12 and you can't do anything. The night's dead. You know what I'm saying? Well, dang, first I've heard of such chaos a movie caused for the folks behind it, but yeah, I think they'll be fine. It reminds me of the Catwoman movie. I loved Catwoman, so maybe my opinion is null and void. I remember when that movie came out, there was so much hype around Halle Berry being Catwoman. I didn't even remember people hating it that much until much later on in life, to be honest. So that goes to show, like, and at that time the internet wasn't as like rampant, so I think it took time to catch up. And I feel like people kind of you know, fed the trolls of the internet itself, and then eventually it became like the worst movie ever. I know the Raspberries didn't like it or whatever, and then I don't know, how much money did Catwoman make? If it was a box office, oh, so they put, okay, so their budget was too high. That was basically it, because it almost met the budget. I think 100 million is wild for a movie like this. Like, what was the budget for Spider-Man? Or no. What's a good one? Like Batman Begins. That was the next. Oh, 150 mil. Never mind. All right, I guess that was just standard for superhero movies at the time. I don't know. Let me see. Spider-Man. I'm just doing some research here. 2002. How did I say 2002? 2002. Oh yeah, that was 139. That makes sense. But like Spider-Man's a little bit more intricate. Like I think you would need like more of a budget to get a Spider-Man movie right. Touch the Mystic Lawn, I hear so much about, right? Catwoman is much better than the Marvels. Hey, I honestly think that... Who is Pitoff? What is Pitoff? Oh, see, this is their problem. This guy directed one film. How? And then Fire and Ice, the Dragon Chronicles TV movie. I don't even understand that. So this guy... This is when you get nobody directors to direct a movie for you. That's what happens. The same thing happened with the Mario movie. You guys should watch that. You should watch that video that I put out about the Mario movie. It's the same thing. You get directors that have no idea what to do, and it's just pure chaos after that. You know, you could have the best producer out there. You could have like all the money. You could have a high budget. But if you have a director come in and just fuck things up, then you're pretty much done. But yeah, my condolences goes out to the actors and all the team who created Madam Web. It's gonna be a wild ride until the next movie. The next meme movie that comes out is gonna be a wild ride. They're gonna Morbius the fuck out of this to try and recreate a meme. It's, yeah. I just imagine like just being a part of this, and I don't know, like I don't know, the actors I think will be fine, but yeah, these directors, this director's in danger for sure, for sure. And then I don't know what this means for the whole Sony Spider universe. Like I never liked it in the first place. You have like 5 movies with no Spidey in it. Like how would you even think? How does that even work? What is the plan? I just wish I knew Sony's plan. Like what do you want to do with Spider-Man? You have all these people that revolve around Spider-Man, and they're written around Spider-Man, but there's no Spider-Man. That's awkward. That's weird. I don't want to see a Lex Luthor movie. You know, like I don't know. I've heard there's a Craven movie coming, so like I don't know how far they plan on taking this. I think Venom has star power, but everything around Spider-Man, people aren't really like, people don't know who the fuck Madam Web is, you know. And if you have no Spider-Man to hype this up, that's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? Oh, anyway, I don't necessarily recommend Madam Web, but if someone invites you to go watch, don't say no. Hey, it could be like a movie is meant to be enjoyed, right? And you enjoy it with people. Even if you don't like it and you laugh it off, that's probably fine too. That one Gus said, I got Sonic Superstar today. You should try out the Shadow costume that Sonic has now. If anybody didn't know about that. That's not what I was expecting. Sonic Superstar. Oh, here it is. This is an image from the PlayStation Store. So you can play as this, which is, I think is adorable. I got an email yesterday like, claim your Shadow costume today. This is the only representation in classic Sonic games you're gonna get a Shadow. Catwoman jumping around like Spider-Man was goofy, but come on, it's not Marvel mid. That's true. I kind of remember Fire and Ice, it was pretty good. Well, that director didn't do anything else after that, so hopefully that was enough to retire. Halle being sexy in cat-themed outfit is bound to make some decent cash. I'm surprised it didn't make $100 million in cash though. Like if you remember the hype surrounding Catwoman and Halle Berry and at that time, like right after she won an Oscar, I would have sworn that this movie was gonna make a lot more money than $82 million. But I guess like this was probably their like most of this was probably over the weekend, like a good chunk of that, and then everybody said how much it sucked, and then they didn't go after that. So that's the thing. That's why your movie has to be good. You can do all the hype, but if you don't have the people that will get their butts in the seat the week after and the week after and the week after, and people buying the DVDs and all that stuff. Well, now it's Blu-ray, but now I guess nobody's buying those anymore since we're getting rid of physical media altogether. But you get my point. Like you need those aftermath sales. The box office is important because it's like your initial buzz. It's like for me, when I put out a video, if my initial subscribers aren't into it, I'm like, damn. Damn. That's my core audience, bro. If they don't like it, then nobody's gonna like it. So it makes sense. It makes sense to me. So just know Halle Berry put in $82 million worth of butts in seats to watch her in a cat outfit. I believe that, bro. What's the opposite of an Oscar? Isn't it the raspberry? Or is that a joke? Is that a joke with a punchline? Because if it is, she won this one. Golden Raspberry Award for Worst Picture, Worst Actress, Worst Director, Worst Screenplay. Holy shit. Panned and considered as one of the worst films of all time. What does this even have? Like, I'm sure the text, like, this is probably too small for you guys. Let me zoom in a little bit. For some reason, it didn't zoom in. Okay, whatever. Let me try again. There we go. Critical response on Rotten Tomatoes. The film has an approval rating of 8% based on 197 views. I don't believe Rotten Tomatoes too much because when did Rotten Tomatoes come out? 1998. Yeah, but I don't know if it had much credibility back in the day. So like this 8% I feel like is based on people watching it after the fact and then just being in that mindset. VHS collection sitting pretty good right now. I copy my streams to VHS too. You copy your streams to VHS? How does it even look? My dog Kenny has like a VHS factory going right now. You can rip lossless VHS tapes. I'm sure you need like 100 hard drives at this point. I don't know. How do you even manage that, bruv? Halle Berry actually accepted her Razzie in person. Yeah, I heard like she went there and got it. I think that was just a way to save face. It's just like, hey, I'm doing this, but props to her to stepping up and doing it. Worst Picture by Warner Brothers. Sharon Stone was in that movie. I remember that was everybody's heartthrob in the 90s. This is so shocking because I've always enjoyed Catwoman. Even as an adult, I still like the movie. You didn't know that it got like panned like this? Yeah, this is something I found out not too long ago when I was like browsing YouTube and people are like, why Catwoman is the worst movie out there or whatever. But I feel like people really love a story like this, which is why you see things like people diving into Morbius like the way they do and Madam Web the way they do, and the MCU as a whole. Like, okay, now that this is not as good, I can make content based on this. Like if I just look up like MCU, let's see what happens. MCU projects we actually want. Oh, there's the X-Men 97 trailer. We've come full circle. I remember watching the X-Men intro like on my very first stream. Maybe I should like close it out with that. I watched my thing get demonetized, which is fine. I watched this half asleep the other day, but if you guys grew up in the 90s, it might not be the same, but I've sure as hell felt nostalgia doing this. We'll never know what the real worst movie is. It's probably something too uninteresting and it will never be on our radar. That's what I agree with. That's basically what I was saying earlier. Like we see these things, these projects, and we're just like, oh, the fact that it was mediocre, let's bash it all over the internet. But if there's like a movie someone really doesn't care about and it's really, really ass, probably never gonna hear about it ever. You know what I mean? So, all right, this is how I'm gonna end it. You're making me really want to watch this now. The basketball scene is deplorable, but everything else is good. Yeah, you know what? Apparently, I've watched this recently. I don't remember when, but I guess I've still pulled this up. This is the famous basketball scene from Catwoman that everybody talks about. I mean, I don't know. Halle Berry's a prize in this.
Well, you know my friend Sally? Well, that's what she says about me. She says that I'm, fun deficient.
Oh, I don't believe that.
It's what she says. One-on-one?
Who? Me and her?
Yeah, come on!
You want to do this?
Yeah! First of all, why did you have to repeat that shot?
You want to do this?
Halle couldn't dribble it between her like hands normally. Whoa! Do cats hoop? That's the real mystery that we need to figure out.
I haven't done that since I was a kid.
Oh, the sexual tension, bruv. First of all, like, she should take that off. Like, this should be off. You're not convincing me that you're actually playing this game. Like, take this off. Like, well, me as a director, I would immediately notice this. Like, hey, you should take that thing off here. But maybe they're like, no, leave it on because you can show that you're like really playing his ass. I don't. It's a hard cut every 2 seconds. Yes, like even you can't do that on TikTok for sure. And they're like all these angles. Nah. And this is illegal. in basketball, but whatever. I'll let it slide because, you know, they're not in the NBA. Oh man, this gets worse every time I watch it. See, that was the best shot right there. Like, look, I love this. Most replay. I am not surprised. Oh my God. I don't know why they had to sex up basketball the way that they did. This is artistry. I feel like this is probably like the last shot that they did. Like this is probably the very, very last scene that they filmed. On top of that, I think I know what the editor was trying to do. I think they were trying to make it match with the music, but they're not on beat. And I think they gave up halfway. I think they were trying to do it like, you know, like I guess what we call edits now or cuts, whatever they're called on TikTok now. I mean, much like an AMV from back in the day, like you're trying to match the music with the scenes, and this editor just did not give a shit. That's basically what happened here. Because if you see like, I mean, there's probably lag. I'm hitting on beat, but yeah, there's probably lag. So it's hard for me to show you like he's trying to get it on beat, but he's off. Bro, shoot the basket, though. You guys haven't tried to make a single shot. They haven't tried to make a single shot. Oh my God. Anyway, Oscar worthy. That's what it is. I'll be waiting for my copyright strike, Warner Brothers, for that. And yeah, that is Catwoman. So go, you know, go get some nice hot cup of cocoa this weekend and snuggle in and watch that movie. All right. So I will end it with this. If you guys didn't watch the original X-Men series, it was pretty bad. But like not bad in a bad way. It was all right. But yeah, they're following it up and it's called X-Men 97 because we all wanted this, I think. So let's do this.
Series finale of X-Men next Saturday morning. Check your local listings.
I'm grateful to have the chance to say goodbye. I am proud of you all.
Bruh, all I remember is Xavier getting wrecked. Like Professor X, I don't know, man. Every episode, my guy was getting wrecked.
X-Men.
Fate lies in our hands.
It has Wolverine finding Christ. Jamie, pull up that scene of Wolverine at the church.
Now.
I'm actually glad they committed to keeping Xavier dead, but who knows?
We have to stay vigilant.
Check out that paper though.
We have.
Is Spider-Man a mutant? Shout out to my dog Peter. Oh, and it's an article by Eddie Brock and Peter Parker. So who knows what else they revive if this does well.
To stay vigilant. The professor entrusted us with his dream.
No matter how dark it is.
I'm canon to Catwoman, indeed. Just add that to the wiki plot. I don't think anybody would notice.
We must believe in each other.
We get this done by working together as a team.
Jeez, Bob.
Is that Matt Mercer? Bro, Matt Mercer doesn't even try anymore. X-Men 97. Ray Chase, my bad. I was like, like mix up these people. Who does he sound like? Ray Chase? I barely play Noctis. That's Noctis's voice actor. That goes to show, like, a lot of these male voice actors sound the same nowadays. No, not this video. That's not what I was watching. It's so stiff. All of that was establishing shots and Wolverine sitting in a chair. Yeah, but he says bub, though. He says bub. That's what we wanted.
Working together as a team.
Jeez, bub. Keep buzzing in my ear.
Bub. Jubilee is back. We all love Jubilee. So I had a crush on Jubilee growing up. And then like Rogue as well. So like it was Jubilee, Rogue. I wasn't a big fan of Jean Grey. But you know, those first two were, they did something to my like 5-year-old self. I think I was 5. When did this show come out?
Heads up!
All right, I think that was pretty damn cool. I'm not gonna lie.
To me, my X-Men.
There was like no energy in that line.
Magneto, the last will.
Why does Magneto look so fabulous? My guy looks like Ludwig van Beethoven, man, with a makeover. My guy looks fabulous.
And testament of Charles Xavier. Everything he built now belongs to me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sub to Disney Plus just to get this. Like, I've actually managed to avoid Disney Plus to this moment. But if people enjoy this, then why not? You know, like, I'll go check it out. But I don't know. There was nothing in that trailer that really brought me back. And I just don't, I'm not a fan of nostalgia bait too much. Like, I love nostalgia. If you're trying to bring me back to the 90s, then do it right. But like reboots, just so many freaking reboots. There's a reboot for iCarly, for Jesus' sake. iCarly. Did we need a reboot for iCarly? I even heard it wasn't even that bad. But at the same time, did we need it? You know? I don't know. Pull up the Japanese X-Men intro. Okay, Kenny, I'll come full circle with this. I did this in my very first stream on YouTube. And I was actually very impressed by this intro. So this is probably going to get more views now that, let me see, TV series, Japanese. This is 4K, remastered by AI. Look at AI doing work. Let's see if this upscale looks any good. Pull up the non-BS version. All right, I got you. Let's just do it in like its original glory. Let's do this here. X-Men とは
人類を守り、人類とミュータントの平和的共存を実現するために組織されたミュータントヒーローチームである。
ミュータントヒーローチームは X-Men です。これはジュビリーです。ウーベリーン。This is actually much better though. I'm not gonna lie. Shock! Oh, I know I got copyright struck like 100 times already. This is X-Menだ. Did anybody actually watch this show? Or did you guys know this existed? Because Japan put us to shame, bruv. Then again, Japan animated a lot of 80s cartoons and early 90s cartoons, as I remember. Like they would outsource a lot of that to Japan. See, that's a proper Jubilee right there. Or is that Rogue? I think that's Rogue. Never mind. I lied. That's Storm. Oh, I forgot Storm. How could I forget Storm? Storm was actually my favorite. Well, Jubilee I was obsessed with because they always put Jubilee first in everything. But I was like, I always knew who the real mommy was, and it was Storm. For sure. Cry for the moon! This Japanese dub is actually really expensive. It's like $300 for the whole thing on VHS. I'm not even surprised that that's the cost for anything on VHS these days. Like, I think in the span of like a 5-year time, and I think that's long gone now, but in the span of a 5-year time, I think I would probably say like mid 2010s, or maybe early 2010s. Shit just started disappearing. Because I remember like VHS were still like it was pretty easy to get a VHS player too at a certain time. Now it's just like, forget it. Oh, especially since COVID. But now it's out. The secret's out now, Kenny. So like everything's just gonna go up now. The secret is out. That's it. X-Men. All right, so man, I said I was gonna end it there. I need to end it there. Let me put some good outro stuff on. Like, what's going on? Let's do like, I don't know, Chill Sonic song. This is like my favorite like Chill Sonic mix, by the way. You probably heard it on my channel 100 times. But yes, thank you guys for joining today. Oh, that's pretty loud. Thank you guys for joining today. I gotta head out. I gotta live my life. And then tomorrow I'll probably edit more stuff for the next Kirby stuff. Thank you guys for joining. I don't know. Like, I would really love to stream more often. I would love to stream every other Friday or something like that. Like, if I have an active schedule, I just want more of my subscribers in the stream. So I probably have to like advertise it, or either do that or put it on a new channel or something. I'm trying to figure that out, but we'll see. So I hope everyone has a great weekend. Thank you guys for joining me today. Appreciate your viewership, and I will see you next video. Prophet has spoken. Bye, everyone. Phoenix Gundam, Ethereal Dragon, Dreesy, Kenny, Mr. Magellanica Maven. I hope I said that right. Miyokone. And then everyone else who was here earlier. I appreciate everything, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thanks for all the donations too. Big Boss, Stash Hand, Robin. It's been a wild one. See you guys later.